tonight. This is a good, young, small hockey team with some small forwards up there. They got some big guys, but if we go out there and start hitting them and lay it on them a little bit and make it difficult to get around the front of the net, we'll be okay. And again, we got to stay out of that box.
Komets still playing with a lot of injuries. Tonight, Stefan Thorne and Frank Schumachers are the healthy scratches. Garrett Thompson is out with injuries still. And P.J. Musico, hopefully we won't see him tonight as he is on the bench. The new goaltender for the Fort Wayne Komets, as Eric Hartzell, has been placed on team suspension. But the Komets have been not finishing games with the same goaltender they've started with all season, actually really since Pat Nagel went down back in November. So hopefully we can have Bartus whole night here as we are underway here at the Coliseum. Komets and Toledo, here we go. And Toledo has got the puck to start things off. They'll send it down on Bartus from their own end, and he will play it safe and just get a whistle.
And of course, a newcomer in the lineup again tonight, Kyle Flemington, and he was playing in the league against us a week or so ago, so the Komets have made a deal with him, and he's going to see some ice time tonight.
And Flemington, playing with Wheeling, has played Toledo a few more times this season, so I'm sure he had some insight as well coming into tonight's game. And the puck is dropped in the Komet zone. Here is Will Weber going to wrap it off the boards. Cannot clear it. Comes out in front to Birschbach. Going to be knocked down by Binkley. Comes over onto the far boards. Here's Shafsma. Shafsma in the corner. Gets it up to Brady Vale. And Vale will give it a look. He will float it out of the zone, and the Komets will bring it forward in the Toledo end. Here's Kyle Thomas here. Wheels it around. Shafsma tries to center, but nobody home. Comes all the way over on the far side where Shafsma picks it up. Puts it out in front, right in front. Patterson with the save. Oh, it was Kyle Thomas.
In too tight, couldn't get it up.
Oh, he had a gift come right on the stick, couldn't lift it. Now here's another shot going to be saved by Patterson.
Yeah, that shot from the point by Shaspa on that point shot right there, deflected in front of the net by Vale, and he's shaking his head too as Patterson comes up huge on two big saves as the Komets attack the net and generate two big shots, two good scoring chances.
I think Kyle Thomas was a bit shocked. That puck came right to him, and there was nobody around him, and he just couldn't lift it over Patterson's left leg. So the face-off will be in the Toledo zone. Face-off to the right of the goaltender. Haven't even gotten a minute down in this one. As will be Cazzola
trying to get set in there.
And here's the puck drop. Comes down to the bottom of the circle. Now it rolls up. Here's a shot. That just goes wide. Patterson.
Sidlowski
puts it down in the corner. Embach over to Cazzola, tries to go down low to Embach again, and Embach is able to fish it out of there, tries to center it, and it's intercepted coming back the other way. Here's Fink, going to send it into the Komet zone, comes deep after it. Here's Milan, whips it around the boards into the corner. Here is Mike Embach, has a man draped all over him, gets it over to Curtis Leonard in the corner. Now Leonard plays it up along the wall, and he's got Cazzola. Stick handles around a defender, comes right down the middle of the ice, crosses over the blue line, dishes over to Sidlowski. Here's a shot that's made by Patterson, and he shoots it up into the crowd.
Another shot on the net, this time by Sidlowski from the right side. Nice direction, deflection by the goaltender to get it out of play as he deflected it up into the screen there. Line changes by both teams. Komets, 3 shots on goal. Couple of scoring chances.
18:36 to go. First period, no score here on New Year's Eve in front of a packed house at the Coliseum. Puck comes up to Fulmer. Fulmer, top of the circle, down in the corner. Fulmer taking some hacks down there.
Point.
Comes up top at the blue line. Stepping up. Here's Friedman. Walking in. Here's a shot and a save.
Nice shot.
They gave him all day to shoot.
Yeah, he walked right in, but again, he was face-to-face with Patterson, and Patterson just stood his ground, took the shot off the chest, and that was it. Nobody was able to deflect it or screen him on the shot.
Face off now to the left of Patterson. As Devin Mantha will take the drop out to Desjardins. He whips one wide. On the other end, it's going to be all the way coming down as Flemington, the new member of the Fort Wayne Komets, chases it down, comes down into the corner. Here's Fulmer up along the far side, is able to get it loose. And coming down is Mantha. He will send it in on Patterson. He will glove it down, lost sight of it for a second, and he was able to recover and get the whistle.
Good sprint shot by the Komet forward. Mathens fired it in there. A little sloppy play on it by Patterson, but he was able to recruit and grab it quickly. But the Komets tonight, throw it at the net, go for the puck, see if we can get a rebound on one.
So far, the game plan is being worked well. Komets 5 shots on net. have not been able to get anything past Patterson, but we're not even 2 minutes into this one.
Well, if we have the puck, they can't score. So as long as we possession the puck, shoot the puck, we got some chances to score ourselves.
In the corner, off the face-off, and the Walleye come up with it. Come up along the far side. Here's the cross-ice pass. Look out. On the stick of Jordan Hill coming in on Bartus, and he just missed it. Looks like Bartus got a piece of it. Comes along the far side. Shasma ends his man up against the boards. Brady Vale chases after it. Backhander comes out of the zone. Komets will play it in. Up along the far side. Going to be picked off by Simone Denis. Sends it over to Jordan Hill, who will get all the way into the Komets.
Waved off.
No icing on the play as Binkley thought about grabbing it. Now he just leaves it for the goaltender, Bartus. And he will glove it down, and he will get a whistle.
Yeah, Bartus isn't taking any chances. Any puck around him right now, he's holding on. And that's usually isn't a strategy until about the third period. But I guess they feel as if they don't want to get this team with a little bit of flow in them, and they'll kill their flow, take the face off, and start all over again.
Sedlowski will take the drop for the Komets. Sedlowski leads the team in almost every offensive category. And he will be in there with Taylor Spink. Walleye with a set of twins out there, Tyson and Taylor Spink. And the puck is dropped, comes up top to Schmidt at the blue line. He will send it around the boards, comes down into the corner. And the Walleye have it up here along the near boards. Here's Schmidt now bearing down. Here's the shot. Goes off the side of the net. Schmidt's going to gather it back up. Goes over to Spink in the corner. Trying to get around Mike Embach. And the veteran gets it away from the rookie. It comes up along the far side. Mike Embach still working for it. He's got a hold of it. Trying to get around two sticks. He goes in deep into the corner. Tyler Spink will come after it. Now off the stick of Embach again. Up top of the point. Here's a shot. That's going to go wide. And it comes over to Sean Sedlowski. Here's Sid. Flips it over onto the far boards for Leonard. And he will get to Mike Embach, but he can't get it into the zone. Now it rolls out to Sean Sedlowski. He will cross over. Got a man to his right. It's Cazzola. Floats it out in front. Comes down to Cazzola back behind the net. Cazzola will chase after it. Far side. Here's a shot from the point. Knocked down. And it's picked up by the Walleye. Out to the blue line. And now back the other way. It's McDonald. Up along the far board, or near boards. And here's Flemington. Plays it hard over, trying to get it to Desjardins. Going to come over his stick. And the Walleye will get it back into the Komet zone. Back behind the net, touched up by Flemington. He whips it around the far boards where it's intercepted by the Walleye. Back behind the net. Here's a big hit down there. And the Walleye are still able to get a hold of it. Down low in the corner. It's Hirschfeld. Far side. And Flemington again cannot clear it. Hirschfeld down here in the corner. And it comes up along the far side, and the Komets are able to get it loose. They bring it into the Toledo zone. And here's Friedman, eyeing a shot, gets around to the D-man. Now he plays up along the far side. Still got it. Comes up top. Here's a shot by Weber. Save made. Rebound here we are in front. And it comes to Desjardins, but he couldn't get a shot. Up top to the point, going to be tipped all the way out of the zone. No icing on it. Binkley has it for Fort Wayne. He circles around his own net and plays it up along the far side. Binkley with a backhander into the zone, comes to Patterson. He will glove it down, and we'll get a whistle. We'll take a break. No score here in the first. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WoWo.
Tim Hortons holiday treats? Oh, but there's so many. Okay, stay focused, Dave. Remember, it's for the office. Okay, definitely one peppermint hot chocolate, red velvet muffin. Ooh, I want a cinnamon bun iced coffee.
And some mint chip Timbits, and a gingerbread ice cap, and chocolate mint-filled cookie with peppermint bark.
Come into Tim Hortons and let our holiday treats bring out the child in you at participating U.S. restaurants for a limited time.
I'll just take one of each, thanks. It's for the office.
Komet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Colligan & Company in Fort Wayne.
Komets are going to get the first penalty of the game. Will Weber, he's saying he should call the dive.
Yeah, he's going to call holding is what he's going to call.
No, the Komets will be skating a man down. Will Weber still pleading his case.
Yeah, he was checking Jinx, and you got to stay on him as he followed him and chased him around the ice. He leaned on him a little hard, knocked him over, and somehow they called a holding penalty. Komets, man short, first penalty of the game. Komets have to kill this off.
Walleye, the best power play in the league. Komets, the 15th best penalty killing unit. We have no score here at the Coliseum. And here we go. We start the power play up for Toledo in the Komet zone. Up top, McDonald crosses it over. Now back to McDonald in the high slot. Steps up. Here's a shot. Going to be knocked down. Now Schmidt on the left side. Gets to the attention of Sean Sedlowski. Steps up along the left board. And now he pushes it back up top to McDonald. Back over to Schmidt, top of the circle. He steps up. Here's a shot. And it's going to be blocked. Comes down into the corner. Comes to A.J. Jenks. Goes right in front of the Komet net. And it's going to be stolen all the way down. Comes off the stick of Schmidt. And here come the Walleye on the attack again. It's going to be tipped and out of play.
Into the bench. We'll take it right there.
Yep, that'll slow things down.
Well, this is a chance for a line change and everything, which we take advantage of. Face-off will be outside the Komet zone. Still a minute and 20 seconds power play, Toledo.
14:25 to go first period. No score in front of a packed house at the Coliseum on New Year's Eve. Jenks and Cazzola on the drop. And it comes to the Komet zone where it's picked up by Flemington. He will send it down the far boards and all the way down to Patterson. Rolls off of his stick, but McDonald is right there to gather it up, and he will bring it ahead. There's Birschbach. He will bring it into the Komet zone. He's met there by Mike Embach. Rolls to Jenks. He's able to get it deep into the corner. There's Flemington, however, steps in front of it, but the Komets cannot wrestle the puck away. Up top, it is Jenks. We'll bring it up to the blue line. Plays it off the boards. Here's Birschbach. Got some time, comes upstairs. Here's McDonald again, return pass, stepping up Birschbach. They go down low, and it's going to be blocked in front by the Komet defenseman. Comes up top of the blue line. McDonald with a shot. That one's going to be tipped wide. Comes down into the corner. Birschbach still has it. Far side, stepping up, comes over, has Schmidt give and go, and it's blocked by the Komets, so they can't get it out. Now it comes down into the corner. Flemington will wrap it all the way around, but he again cannot get it out. It's stopped right at the blue line. McDonald down low in the corner has Jenks right out in front. Can he get it to him? Comes all the way wide. Top of this left circle. McDonald sends it over. Now back to McDonald. Goes down low. That's tipped wide. They're looking for Jenks again. 10 seconds. Schmidt up top. Here's McDonald at the blue line. Comes to Schmidt on the left side. Schmidt takes a shot. Going to be blocked down by...
All even. That man's out. 5 on 5.
5 on 5. They come down low on Bartus. Makes the save. Still loose in front. Here's a turnaround shot. Blocked again. Komets pick it up. Kyle Thomas now trying to break it out for Fort Wayne. Over to Mike Embach. He will flip it behind the net. Patterson's got to play it. Rolls in front. And they score! Komets score!
Yeah, Patterson misplayed it off the backboards. It hopped over his stick into the goal crease. Two of the Komets headed for it. Started whacking at it. Kyle Thomas right there. He may have been the one knocked it in, but it bounced over the goaltender's stick. We get a bit of a break, and we capitalized on jumping in there on good hustle by the Komets forwards.
And the Komets, it wasn't pretty, but it counts just the same. 1-0. Fort Wayne, 12:48 to go in the first. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
Ready for a new apartment? You don't have to look far. St. Joe Place has everything you could ever want in an apartment complex. Internet, cable, washer and dryer. It's all included in your monthly rent. There's also a basketball court, an outdoor grilling area, pool and hot tub, and the list goes on and on. St. Joe Place is leasing 2- and 4-bedroom apartments and now offering 3 bedrooms. Living at St. Joe Place Apartments, you'll quickly realize how great the staff and apartments really are. Call 444-3000 or visit stjoeplace.com. You're listening to Komet Hockey.
Crowd on their feet as Kyle Thomas gets the goal. It is now 1-0 Fort Wayne on the 16th of the season by Kyle Thomas. And now Toledo working from behind here. They will behind their own net. Plays it forward up along the far side. It's Simone Denis. Puts it in on Bartus. Got the blocker up and he puts it into the corner. Now up along the far side. Going to be held in, and it goes back behind the net. Curtis Leonard gives chase, and he picks it up. Coming down along the far side, it is Desjardins. He will float it in, and Patterson thought about playing it, but he'll stay right there in the crease as the puck is picked up by Nolan Zizek. Comes out to the neutral zone, tied up right there at the red line. The Komets gathered up. It's Mantha coming down. Here's Mantha, top of the circle. Gets tangled up, comes up to Flemington. Here's the shot. Oh, that one just went wide. Kind of took Patterson by surprise. Comes along the near side, and here's Fulmer fighting for it, and it comes all the way out as David Friedman will pick it up for the Komets. Friedman gets it over the line. Here's Baptista. Baptista stood up on the play. Puck rolls off of his stick, and it comes back behind the net. Comes up top of the blue line. Fulmer holds it in. Steps up, has a man in front. Oh, it was tipped. They're trying to go to Friedman in the middle. And a pile up down in the corner. Comes out to the Walleye. They will bring it down the center of the ice and into the Komet zone. Loaded in, and here is Kyle Fulmer. Fulmer takes a big hit. Is able to get it to Binkley. Binkley, cross ice pass, picked up. And come forward is Vale. Vale comes off the boards. He will chase after it. He's met there by two Walleye back behind the net. Berschbach on the right wing picks it up, and now he will bring it forward. All the way down. He'll send it in on Bartus. Easy save, and he kicks it into the corner. Jamie Shasma's got it for the Komets up along the far wall. And all the way in. Here's Kyle Thomas breaking and shoots.
And a shot.
Save. Thomas just snuck in there all alone. It was Shasma who saw him creeping in. And now Berschbach will get it into the Komet zone. It's Schmidt along the right side. He is met there by two Komets. Kyle Thomas being one of them. And it comes out to Mike Embach. Komets have it, and we are 10 minutes past here in the first period. 1-0 Fort Wayne as Kyle Thomas takes the puck away from Spink in the corner.
Hit from behind, no penalty.
Now him and Jenks come together. It's Jenks on the hit and goes back behind the net. Now Jenks is without a stick as Kyle Thomas, I think, slashed it in half, and the referee let that one go too. Comes up along the far side. It's Schmidt. Sends it all the way down, and here's Leonard. Goes off the boards, and it is intercepted. Here's Evans bringing it over. Gives it over to Spink. Cross ice pass. Here's a shot. Bartus the save. Down in the corner. Cazzola is tangled up. We got a penalty called, and I think it's going to be on Toledo, but let's see. Interference is the call.
It's going to be, against Toledo. He got tangled up with Cazzola. They both went in the corner fight for the puck. And the Toledo player got his stick underneath Cazzola, hung him up pretty good, and he'll draw the penalty. Interference, they're going to call it. So they got in the corner, they're digging for the puck. Neither one of them got to it. All the body contact before the touch of the puck. Face off back in the Toledo zone.
Komets going on a power play. We got a timeout on the ice. We'll step aside. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WoWo.
This is Scrap Chat with Max Hall, reminding you that while all metal has value, not all metal recyclers value you. At OmniSource, guys like me tell you what your metal's worth and how to make it worth even more the next time. Because we grind up and spit out scrap, not customers. Find freight advice and fair payment at an OmniSource yard near you in the Fort Wayne area. For locations and a list of metals we buy, visit OmniSource.com or call 855-OmniBuy. 855-666-4289.
Komet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Gregory Associates in Fort Wayne.
Komets going on a power play here in front of a packed house at the Coliseum on New Year's Eve. The 60th version of this game here. The Komets have played a team from Toledo anyway, 11 times in those series. So face off here in the Toledo zone, and it is 1-0 Fort Wayne as we start this power play off.
The only other penalty of the game was to the Komets, and the Komets did a great job killing off the penalty, went down the ice on the next shift, and were able to get a break and score a goal. So nice lift there, killing off and then getting one. So power play situation for Komets here. Draw in the Toledo zone. Let's get it now.
Tyson Spink is the guilty culprit in the sin bin right now for Toledo. As the puck is dropped in the Walleye zone, Komets got it. They're on a power play in front. Here's Cazzola.
Shoot it.
Snap it off. He shoots, and a save made. And
rebound.
Wide. Oh, Patterson thought he had it. Comes up top to Binkley. Binkley at the blue line. Goes down low. Cazzola. Here's a shot, and a save made. Kyle Thomas upstairs. Gives back to Kyle Thomas. Here's a shot. Knocked down. Goes to Sidlowski. Sid drops it down low. Back behind the net. It is Shasma. No look pass comes out to Binkley. Binkley over as Sidlowski called for the puck. Saucers it over to Binkley again. Oh, it's Cazzola. Cazzola on the right side. Cazzola stepping up, comes down low, and again put it out in front of the net, but it was blocked aside. Sidlowski, far side to Binkley. Binkley at the blue line. Sneaks in, takes a shot, and Patterson sucks it in.
Yeah, he saw that from the point. They tried a wrist shot and hoped somebody could knock it out of the air, but the defense pushed away. Patterson saw it from the point and grabbed onto it. Face-off will stay in the Toledo zone as the Komets and Toledo change up lines again.
8:39 to go in the first. Komets up 1-0. And a minute 12 left on the interference call to Tyson Spink. Face off to the left of Patterson, and Brady Vale to take it for the Komets. Comes right in front of the net where it's going to be picked up by the Walleye, and they will promptly send it down the length of the ice. Bartus will stop it. He's only seen 3 shots so far. Komets has got 12 shots on net. And it's going to be controlled by Leonard. He will bring it up the ice. Goes between the legs, leaves it for Vale. Now back to Friedman. And Friedman comes along the far side to Jardin. He'll come into the corner. Here is Friedman with it. Friedman goes upstairs. Shoot it. Vale, one-timer. And a shot saved. Nice job by Embach trying to get right in the middle and screen the goaltender, but Patterson was able to make the save.
Yeah, nice little pass by Leonard over here to Vale. He one-timed it. He had the goalie moving a bit, but he was able to shut it all up and close those legs and make the save. No rebound on it. Face-off will stay in the zone of Toledo. 44-second power play.
Vale on the face-off for the Komets. Tied up on the circle, and the Komets come up with it. Here's Curtis Leonard at the blue line. Over to Brady Vale. Vale goes down low. And it's Friedman. Puts it in front. Goes off the side of the net. Embach and Schmidt tangle up. And now Friedman in there as well. Up along the far side with 28 seconds to go on the penalty. Up top to the blue line. Komets have it. Here's a one-timer. Save made. Rebound goes right up in the air, and it's brought down along the near side and all the way out of the zone.
15 seconds. One more rush.
Up along the far side, and it belongs to Desjardins. He'll brings it up along the right side. It's going to be dumped down here on the near boards. Desjardins gets tangled up with Birschbach, and the Walleye are able to clear it.
All even, 5-on-5.
7:23 to go in the first. It's 1-0 Komets. Komets have it behind their own net. It is Flemington. And he comes upstairs. It goes to Binkley. It was met there, lost the puck, and it comes back down to Bartus. He will grab it. And again, Bartus just being calm and keeping it close and getting whistles whenever he can.
Yep, faceoff will stay in the Komets zone. They'll stay pat. Toledo's making a change right now, and that'll force the Komets. 7:06 to go, first period. We lead by 1. Pretty good game so far, end-to-end action. Komets out shooting them 14-4, which is a bit of surprise. But a good start for the Komets.
Toledo comes in 33.1 shots per game. Komets just a shade under them at 32.4 as an average. Face off to the right of Bartus. Sean Sidlowski digs in there, and we'll have a missed drop, and we'll have to do it again. Now Sid's going to get booted from the face-off circle, and here comes Cazzola. Cazzola and Taylor Spink, 2 of the top rookies in the league. And the puck comes up top of the circle. Out to the blue line. It's Sidlowski. Sends it off the boards. Zizek is back for Toledo. And they quickly bring it back into the Komet zone. Now they're offsides. They got to wheel it in. And Bartus will stop it behind the net. Far side pass comes up top of the blue line. It'll sneak over the line. Spink brings it back. And he will send it deep into the Komet corner. Up along the far side, Curtis Leonard. Can't quite win that battle. They're able to get it in deep, but Milan is there for the Komets. Plays it up along the boards. Cazzola gets it tangled up in his feet for a moment. And now he's over to Curtis Leonard. Leonard now trying to get it out of his zone. Up along the far side, they get it into neutral territory. Cross-ice pass, a little too hard for Sidlowski, and it's sent back the other way. Arnold for Toledo. He picks it up, sends it back, and the Komets retreat back, and here they come. It's going to be an Embach. Embach on the far side, gets forced wide. And it comes down into the corner for Spink. Spink goes over onto the far boards, and it's going to be held in by Will Weber. He steps up. Here's Kyle Thomas with a shot. Puts it right on the money, and Patterson is there.
Nice quick wrist shot by Thomas. Just turned and fired right on the net. Goaltender makes the save on the chest, holds onto it. That'll change him up again.
6:07 to go in the first. Komets still lead 1-0.
Vale looks like he's going to take the draw right now. He's got Kyle Thomas out there and Shaspa on the far wing.
And he wins it cleanly. Comes up to Will Weber at the blue line. Gives it a look. Comes along the far side. Pass to Kyle Thomas is tipped. And the Walleye are able to clear it out. Binkley back for the Komets. Far side. And it's mishandled by Milan, it looks like. And the puck's going to roll to Jamie Shasma, who will retreat back into his own zone. Up along the far side, Weber to Vale. And now it goes to Shasma. Now back to Vale. Vale will cut into Toledo territory. Back to Kyle Thomas. Brady Vale along the near side. Upstairs, Binkley. Binkley comes down low. Shasma again in front. Here's a shot by Vale, and he shanked it wide. Far side, Will Weber steps up. Goes down low to Kyle Thomas. Now he tries to put it out in front where it's going to be intercepted. And coming back is Birschbach. He puts it in on Bartus, and Bartus this time, he's going to keep it right there. And again, get a whistle. We'll take a break. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WoWo.
Union Labor has been building quality full-size pickup trucks for over 30 years in Northeast Indiana. The proud men and women of UAW Local 2209 put quality first when they build your Chevy or GMC pickup truck. Dealerships in Indiana and Ohio always feature GM trucks built in Allen County at the Fort Wayne Assembly Plant. Union Labor puts quality on the road every day, and that quality is customer-focused. A tradition you can feel when you buy a new 2017 Chevy or GMC pickup built by your friends and neighbors who are members of the United Auto Workers.
This is Comet Hockey.
We've got 5 minutes to go here in the first period. Komets own the lead 1-0 over Toledo. Shane Alberani and Robbie Irons here tonight on this New Year's Eve as the Komets have got the puck down in their own zone. It's Flemington goes back behind the net for Kyle Fulmer. Fulmer with a backhander looking for Mantha breaking in. A little too tall for him. But here we go. 2-1 chance for the Komets. It's Friedman in front of Mantha and stoned by Patterson.
Yeah, Patterson got into it.
Nice job by the rookies down low. But Patterson came out and got the save. But Desjardins working hard. Tries to go to Mantha again down low in the corner. And back behind the net, Mantha chases after it. He's cut off on the play, but stepping up is Leonard. Gets it down low into the corner. Schmidt with a backhander is able to put it on the far boards, the near boards rather, and coming up along the side and going to be brought into the Komet zone. Toledo will get a line change as Milan sends it around the boards. Far side comes to Mike Embach, who takes a hit as he unloads the puck. Cross-ice pass to Zizek, and it comes into the Komet zone. Stopped by Bartus, back behind the net. They try and play it around to Mike Embach. It's stolen around, and it's going to come all the way here on the near side and poked free. Sidlowski giving chase. Going to be met there by Spink. Now up to Zizek. Komets have it in the Toledo zone. Cazzola tries to float it up to the blue line where it's intercepted. Spink coming back the other way. And it rolls right in front. Here's a shot and a save made. Oh, Spink was right in the right place at the right time. The puck was deflected, went right on his stick, and he was able to get a shot off.
Yeah, he split the defense with a little pass to him. Got right in. He got it awful tight before he was able to get control of the puck. Bartus come out and was able to block the puck down low and then hold on to the rebound. But Toledo very quick with a little short, quick passes. Three-way passing play once they got over the blue line, and they were on the net in a hurry.
3:38 to go in the first. Komets 16 shots on net. Face off in the Komet zone. A.J. Jenks will take the face off for the Walleye. And he ties up with Vale. Vale is able to kick it in the corner. Comes all the way around the near side. And here is Kyle Thomas. Thomas at his own blue line. Over to Vale. Vale will wrap it off the boards. Going to roll into the Toledo zone. Comes down into the corner for Zizek. He moves it forward, but Vale steps in front of it. Can't do much with it as Jenks swipes it right back. Puck comes into the Komet zone. Down low into the corner. Here's Binkley. Binkley is pinned up against the boards. 3:12 to go here in the first. Komets 1-0. Far side, it's Vale. Vale's able to get it to Shasma. 2-on-2 as they cross over the blue line. Shasma got Kyle Thomas. Thomas comes down low. He had Vale breaking in the back door. Couldn't get it to him. Shasma along the far side. Shasma, backhander on the net, comes wide. Into the corner. Fulmer jabs at it. Comes down even deeper into the corner. Kyle Thomas gives chase to it. Up to the blue line and out of the zone. Here's Flemington. Will stop it.
On the net. No icing.
Comes up along the far side. It's Friedman. Backhander over to Kyle Fulmer. Fulmer gains his own blue line. Now he has to retreat backwards as he's cut off. And it's coming back the other way to Friedman. Friedman skates around with the puck, comes right up to center ice, and he will flip it in. The Komets will chase. Going for it is Mantha. He is cut off by McDonald and coming down the far side. And they'll bring it into the Komet zone. It rolls harmlessly in there, and the Komets pick it up. Flemington off the glass and coming down on the right side. That'll be an icing with 2:10 to go in the first. 1-0 Komets. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WoWo.
We all have our mountains, the challenges that push us further. At Coors Light, our mountain is brewing the world's most refreshing beer. That's why all of our breweries cold lager, to give Coors Light its signature crisp taste. It's why we cold filter to ensure brilliance and clarity. And it's why we package cold to seal in Coors Light's refreshing flavor. Because we believe every climb deserves a refreshing finish. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Great beer, great responsibility.
Comet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Insurance and Financial Services in Auburn.
Oh, here in the first, Komets up 1-0 on Toledo, and the Komets get it out of the Toledo zone. It's going to roll down to Patterson as the Komets will get a line change. Simone Denis up along the left side over to Spink. He will get it into the Komet zone, and Dan Milan greets the puck down low into the far corner. He's met there by Evan Rankin. Now Cazzola comes in to help out as well. Rankin trying to get free of Cazzola. Cazzola's got him wrapped up at the waist. Comes back behind the net for Mike Embach. And the Komets are able to clear it free. Here's Sean
penalty coming up from behind the play.
And here is Mike Embach. Sets it up, comes up top of the circle. And here's another hack. That one goes on Sidlowski, and Sid is down.
Yeah.
Comes down into the corner. Sidlowski slow and getting up. He is up on his feet, however. Delayed call.
He's hurt, too, right now.
And here is Sidlowski. Comes up along the far side to Vale. Vale comes to Spink. And let's see if we get 2 penalties. I think we might.
Yep, I think so. He got both of them.
Because Sidlowski, boy, he was slashed right on the back of the ankle.
Yeah. The ankle or the hip, because he went down pretty quickly. But the face-off first, penalty first, was behind the play. We'll have to see that one. Then once the Komets got the puck in the Toledo zone, they were cruising around, and Sidlowski not doing much but other than looking for a pass. And, boy, he took a chop, and both of them do go in the box. Rankin the first one, and Spink the second one. So we have a 2-man advantage.
All right, a 5-on-3 chance for the Komets.
Minute and 14 seconds in the period.
Komets up 1-0. And this could be a big turning point here.
Yep. Let's take advantage of it.
Toledo penalty to number 86, Evan Rankin, 2 minutes slashing. Time penalty 18 minutes, 46 seconds. Toledo's 12.
All right, a 5-on-3. Komets with a 2-man advantage, and the puck drop in the Toledo zone. Comes down into the corner. Komets have it. Binkley with 1:10 to go in the period. Binkley in the high slot, creeping in. Return pass to Binkley, and he goes to Shasmo. It just went under
his stick.
Looks like he just may have took his eye off of it, and it's going to be sent down into the Komet zone. Sean Sidlowski, who just took that hack, he seems to be okay. He's up on his feet. 51 seconds to go in the first, and Sid will bring it down the ice. He will bring it in into Toledo territory. Over to Vale. Now back to Sidlowski. Oh, took a funny hop off the glass and out of the zone. 38 seconds to go in the period. And the Komets have got it. Here's Thomas. Get to Binkley. Oh, and now it's going to be cleared again.
Yeah, they're not moving the puck. Move the puck, guys.
25 seconds to go in the period. Komets on a 5-on-3 here. Here's Shasma. Gets it over the blue line. Stick handles around one man. 18 seconds to go. Flips it around. Here's Kyle Thomas. Thomas up top of the blue line. Sidlowski with 13 seconds. Over to Binkley. Binkley shot in the circle. One-timer. Patterson makes the save.
7 seconds left. Took him a long time to get that puck inside the Toledo zone and try to set up it. As Toledo stood along the blue line there, and our guys tried to carry it in, and they were getting poke checked, forced the puck back down the other ice. They finally get it in with a face-off in the zone with 7.4 seconds to go in this first period.
Face-off in the Toledo zone, and this is a big draw. They got Curtis Leonard up at the blue line. It's going to be Cazzola. The puck is dropped, comes down along the far side. Cazzola has it. 5 seconds. Here's Leonard, winds up. Here's a shot.
Blocked.
And it's going to be blocked coming down into the corner with 1 second. Embach centers it, and that will do it. Cazzola was camped right out in front. It's a good thing that the period expired for Toledo, or Cazzola would have had a great chance for Patterson. But so we have a lead, 1-0 going to the second period. And most importantly, we'll have 46 seconds left on a 2-man advantage, which means that opening faceoff starts the second period. It's going to be really important to get down the ice really quickly, because breaking this momentum that we've got was the intermission, unfortunately, is working against us.
Yeah, good ending of the period and everything like that, and a good way to have to start the period with a 5-on-3. But a pretty solid period by the Komets. 18 shots, only 8 by Toledo. but I thought our defense played pretty physical in our own zone, bumping their forwards around a little bit, letting them know they were there. And I think our forwards came back pretty deep in our own zone and helped out with little short passes, and they were tape-to-tape passes as they went up the ice and got in there. So they carried the play to Toledo, 1-0 lead. Could have been a little better as Patterson had some pretty good saves in those 18 shots.
And he's a guy who's playing 4 games in 5 nights, so maybe fatigue maybe setting in a little bit for these guys. But Komets an awful lot of shots there in that first period, 18 of them, and we have got the lead at the end of the first period of play. We'll be back. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WoWo.
The puck has dropped on another Komet season. And what better way to get ready to watch the K's than with a pregame party? Aunt Millie's Buns and Rolls and your party spread will put the biscuit in the basket for your guests. To face off with some great sandwich ideas for your party, visit AuntMillie's.com. Whatever you put inside the sandwich, it's always a winner when you include Aunt Millie's Buns and Rolls. And speaking of winners, go Komets! Komet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Colligan & Company in Fort Wayne. If you're looking for a way to see the Komets for less, then you'll want to read all about it. Find coupons on Komet ads in print editions of the Journal-Gazette and News Sentinel for seats in the Fort Wayne newspaper's extra section for only $8. Save $5 per ticket with your extra section coupon. For more information, check the latest edition of the Journal-Gazette or News Sentinel, or visit Fort Wayne Newspapers downtown on Main Street. Pick up your coupon today for extra special savings on the Komets, courtesy of the Fort Wayne Newspapers Extra Section.
Here's some good policy from your local agent and Auto Owners Insurance. When your insurance policy comes from us, it comes with something extra, a real person. Don't buy from an insurance company with an 800 number and a voicemail menu. Auto Owners Insurance operates exclusively through local, independent agencies here to help you 24/7. Now that's good policy.
For all your insurance needs, visit Insurance and Financial Services in Auburn.
When it comes to wings, everyone knows size does matter, and no one knows it better than Wings Etc. Grill and Pub. Wings Etc. has the biggest, meatiest, award-winning jumbo wings in town. Choose from 19 signature wing sauces, including our crazy hot habanero wall sauce. If you love wings and a whole menu of great food and kids' meal options, come to Wings Etc. for lunch, dinner, carry-out, and to watch your favorite sports all year long. Wings Etc. Good food, great times. Find all of our Fort Wayne area locations at wingsetc.com.
Time for the Tim Hortons Coffee Break Intermission Report. Presented by Tim Hortons, the official coffee and donuts of the Komets.
Back live at the Memorial Coliseum. Shane Alberani, Robbie Irons here tonight, and we have got a dandy. It is what we expected tonight. 1-0 Komets with the lead as the Komets looking to gain some ground as they finally have second place in the Central Division. Everybody chasing the Walleye. The Walleye come in with 47 points. The Komets sit there with 39. Taking a look at the scoring, we just had 1 goal in that first period, and it belonged to Kyle Thomas, his 16th of the season. It came at 7:12 of the first period, and Mike Embach, the only assist. Komets get 18 shots on net. Toledo just 8, and the Komets doing a good job of slowing this Toledo offense down, as we've seen them twice this year. Toledo getting both of those victories, and the Komets knew this team is going to be very, very fast and hard to slow down. But right now, Komets doing a good job playing their game. Komets 0 for 2 on the power play. Toledo 0 for 1. But when we resume play in the second period, the Komets will have a 5-on-3 for 53 seconds as Evan Rankin and Tyson Spink each took minor penalties at 18:46, a slashing for Rankin and an interference call for Spink to give us that 2-man advantage. So that opening face-off start up the second period can be very important. The Komets hopefully can keep this momentum going into the second period. We will take a break. We're in the middle of the first intermission, and you are listening to Komet Hockey on WoWo.
Life can be unpredictable. One minute everything's fine. In the next, you have a kid with a fever and it's already past 5. That's when you need Parkview First Care. We have extended hours, including evenings and weekends, convenient locations, and Parkview Physicians Group providers to make your whole family feel better. When you can't wait to see your doctor, go to the walk-in clinic that's part of the PPG community of care. Parkview First Care. Get in, get better, get going.
Don't just think of it as half off late night apps at Applebee's. It's half off the after party, half off the first date, Half off girls' night. Late night half-priced apps, only at Applebee's. Don't just think of it as half off late night apps at Applebee's. It's half off the after party. Half off the first date. Half off girls' night. Late night half-priced apps, only at Applebee's.
I bank with Fifth Third because I don't wait for anything. To get downstairs faster, I replaced my staircase with a fireman's pole. For me, every hour is rush hour, and the early bird never gets the worm because I beat him to it. Yes, I don't wait for anything. That's why I use the faster mobile app from Fifth Third Bank, which lets me do things like check my balance without logging in. To save time, I put zippers on my button-down shirts. I tune into game shows just for the lightning rounds, and my high school graduation speech was quite brief. In fact, it was a haiku.
Bright future awaits. Never surrender. Dream big. Congratulations.
Take the weight out of banking with Fifth Third Bank's faster mobile app, which lets you check your balance without logging in, transfer funds with fewer taps, and deposit checks without pushing a button. Mobile banking, one of the ways Fifth Third Bank works hard to earn your business. Visit a banking center or 53.com to open a checking account today. $50 minimum deposit to open a checking account. Member FDIC.
Keep your staff connected with Motorola two-way radios from ERS OCI Wireless, like the Komets do. ERS OCI Wireless is located on Earth Drive in Fort Wayne. They're a Motorola partner providing wireless voice and data systems to public safety, education, healthcare, and enterprise customers throughout Indiana for the past 68 years. Reach out to ERS OCI Wireless at 260-747-0584. That's 260-747-0584 or online at www.ers-oci.com.
WOWOAM, WMEE, HD2, Fort Wayne.
Time for the Tim Hortons Coffee Break Intermission Report. Presented by Tim Hortons, the official coffee and donuts of the Komets.
Back live at the Coliseum as the Komets and the Walleye right now 1-0 is the score in favor of the Fort Wayne Komets in front of a big crowd here at the Coliseum. Always an exciting night here on New Year's Eve. This is the 60th time the Komets have played on December 31st. Now the next big night for the Komets is going to be January 7th when the Komets host Quad City, and that will be the night that we pay tribute to the great Terry McDougal, as his number 19 will be retired and hung above Sweetwater Ice up to the rafters. And you want to get your tickets for that one. It will be a very special night as Terry McDougal, one of the great Komets, scoring 278 goals for the Komets, 461 assists, and 739 points in 576 games for the Fort Wayne Komets. Again, Terry McDougal's number 19 will be hung from the rafters on January 7th when the Komets play Quad City. 7:30 is the start time. You don't want to miss that one. It is going to be a very special night. Checking the Meyer out-of-town scoreboard in the ECHL. We've already got some games that have gone final, starting with Kalamazoo beating Brampton, who's been one of the hottest teams in the league. They beat Toledo last night. 5-3 is the score. The Wings over the Beast in Toledo tonight. Greenville 4, Orlando 3. That one is a final in a shootout. It is Reading 5, Adirondack 2. That one has also gone final. In the third period, a tie game between Manchester and Norfolk. And the Allen Americans beating up on the Utah Grizzlies down in Texas tonight, 8-3. And that game still has 11:20 to go in the third. The story in Cincinnati tonight, it is the Cyclones 2, the Indianapolis Fuel 1 with 10:03 to go in the third. Also in the third, Wheeling 4, Elmira 2. In the third period as well, South Carolina 4, the Florida Everblades 1. And just getting going out west, we have got Idaho at Rapid City. Rapid City has the 1-0 edge in that one in the first period. Also just starting up Wichita and Tulsa. They are scoreless. And Quad City is at Missouri tonight. That game has no score. And then one game to get underway. It is going to be Toledo at Alaska. Don't forget the simple savings you get with Meyer M-Perks, digital coupons and rewards. Sign up today at mperks.meyer.com. All right, we are in the middle of the first intermission. Komets lead it 1-0 over Toledo. We'll be back. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
It's Ryan and Casey from Glummer Dodge Car City Ram, and we're having a year-end clearance stock the lot blowout sale.
That's right, Ryan. We're having a stock the lot sale. We need your car. We're going to give you top dollar for it.
We also have over 50% off MSRP on 2015 and 2016 demoed vehicles in stock.
Have credit issues? It doesn't matter, Glimmer Dodge. No matter what your credit situation is, we're going to get you approved today at historically low rates.
That's awesome, Casey. We also have great deals on new and used vehicles with payments starting at just $59 a month. $59 a month.
During our stock to lot sale, we're taking $10,000 off all remaining new 2016 Ram trucks.
When you come, you'll see the largest selection of certified pre-owned vehicles in the tri-state area, all with factory-backed warranty protection.
So come see us today for a top dollar year-end appraisal.
That's right. We're stocking the lot so you can save big at Glimmer Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram under the giant American flag on Coliseum Boulevard, and always online at GlimmerDodge.com.
Are you looking for a great way to entertain family, friends, clients, or employees? Or just treat yourself to a night of entertainment? Luxury suites or club seats at the Memorial Coliseum can be exactly what you're looking for. Whether it's a Fort Wayne Komet hockey game or other sporting event, a concert or family show, suites and club seats at the Coliseum are available on a single event basis. Amazing food and drinks delivered right to your seat. You'll never miss a moment of the action. Call the Premium Seating Office, 260-480-2186. About the suites and club seats at the Memorial Coliseum. With 22 locations throughout the state, Ruoff Home Mortgage is proud of our hometown Komets team and proud of our roots. For more than 30 years, we've helped thousands of Hoosier families establish their roots with a mortgage loan. When you need a mortgage that is simple and straightforward from a name you can trust, be sure to stop by any of our offices or go to www.ruoff.com. Ruoff Home Mortgage is licensed by the Indiana DFI. License 10994. This is not an offer for extension of credit or commitment to lend. Equal housing lender. Time for the Tim Hortons Coffee Break Intermission Report. Presented by Tim Hortons, the official coffee and donuts of the Komets.
Back live at the Coliseum, where the Komets are up 1-0 on the Toledo Walleye. Komet fans, this season, the Komets are proud to have Lutheran Health Network, Fort Wayne Orthopedics, and Osman Performance Sports as the official health care providers of the team. Go where the pros go at the Lutheran Health Network. And Komet fans, if you're looking to stay up to date on all the latest Komet news, download the new Komets mobile app, now available for Apple and Android devices. Get game day alerts, the latest news stories, roster updates, player bios, and a lot more. Search Komets in the App Store or Google Play today. Komets will get a little bit of a break after tonight as we ring in the new year. First game of 2017 is going to be played in Quad City, and we need to get used to Moline, Illinois, because we're going to be going there an awful lot as the Komets play Quad City a grand total of 13 times this season. That is the most the Komets play any other opponent, and we will start things up at 7:30 on Wednesday. And the Komets come home, and then we will also go to Toledo next Sunday. So a lot of Komet action going on, and you can always get some group discounts by bringing your friends and family and your co-workers by calling 483-0011 to learn all about discounted ticket packages along with discounted food and drinks as well. Again, call 483-0011 to get all the information, or go to Komets.com to learn more about a great fun night out with the Komets. And tonight is always a fun night. It is New Year's Eve. It is the 60th time the Komets have played on New Year's Eve, and the Komets fare very well in these games as they are hosting the Walleye for the 11th time in that series. But the Komets have got 40 wins, 15 losses, and 5 overtime losses in those 59 games. As the Komets right now up 1-0 on Toledo. We will be back. You are listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
If you're driving down the road and your car dies at the light, you know you've got to make it here, because we can make it right. Bumping down the road, transmission's about to blow. We're the ones who fix it right. We're the name to know. Russ Moore Transmission. We're here to get you going.
If you suspect a transmission problem, come in and talk to the trusted leader in customer service for over 50 years, Russ Moore Transmission.
Russ Moore Transmission. We're here to get you going.
Call Russ Moore at 482-9414. We're on Coliseum Boulevard West and in Warsaw. Or visit us at russmore.com.
On the ice, on the court, or on the field, the Orthopedic Hospital and Fort Wayne Orthopedics are there to provide complete orthopedic care for injured athletes or weekend warriors. Fort Wayne Orthopedics and the Orthopedic Hospital and Lutheran Health Network, official sports medicine provider for the Komets and an integral part of Fort Wayne sports for over 20 years. Go where the pros go. The Orthopedic Hospital and Fort Wayne Orthopedics are a dedicated team of sports medicine specialists, licensed trainers, and therapists, specially trained to keep you in the game.
Hi, Komet fans. This is head coach Gary Graham. Everyone at Texas Roadhouse would like to give a big yee-haw to the Komets and their fans for voting Texas Roadhouse as the best steak in Fort Wayne. And as a thank you, just come in and visit Texas Roadhouse on game nights and receive your complimentary blossom when you wear your favorite Komet jersey. Check out the Komet Corner at Texas Roadhouse, home of the fall-off-the-bone ribs and hearty steaks made from scratch sides, fresh baked bread, ice-cold beer, and legendary margaritas. Be there on game days with your favorite K's jersey and receive your free blossom from the Texas Roadhouse. Go Komets.
Time for the Tim Hortons Coffee Break Intermission Report. Presented by Tim Hortons, the official coffee and donuts of the Komets.
Back live at the Coliseum. Shane Alvarani and Robbie Irons with you here tonight. Komets are up 1-0 at the end of the first 20 minutes to play. Kyle Thomas nets the only goal in that first period, his 16th of the season at 7-12. Mike Embach the assist as the Komets were able to get off 18 shots on goaltender Jake Patterson. Patterson made 17 saves as Garrett Bartus has been perfect. 8 of 8 in that first period. Toledo 0 for 1 on the power play. Komets 0 for 2, but they are in the midst of a two-man advantage when we start the second period up. We will take one more break. Second period coming up. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
I bank with Fifth Third because I like to be one step ahead. I RSVP before I receive the invitation. When psychics want to know their future, they consult me. And because I know things before they happen, I'm the undefeated world champion at rock, paper, scissors. That's why I get Fifth Third instant alerts from Fifth Third Bank. They monitor my account for suspicious activity, make it easier to track my money, and help protect me from fraud before it happens. I'm already up on the fashion trends for 2017. Hope you like acid wash jeans. Every February, groundhogs ask me when spring will arrive. And sometimes I carry an umbrella on perfectly sunny days because I know things meteorologists don't.
Stay one step ahead with award-winning Fifth Third Instant Alerts and protect yourself from fraud before it happens. Instant Alerts, one of the ways Fifth Third Bank works hard to earn your business. Open a checking account today. $50 minimum deposit to open a checking account, member FDIC.
Komet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Gregory Associates in Fort Wayne.
Back live at the Coliseum. Here we go, second period of play. Komets on a two-man advantage for 46 seconds as Tyson Spink and Evan Rankin each picked up minors at the 18:46 mark of the first period. And here we go. Mike Gazzola will take the face-off for the Komets. Both goaltenders to switch sides, and here we go.
They've had time in the dressing room to talk over how they want to line up and come in the zone. They had a little bit of problem in that period, but they got the instructions now. See if we can get her in there and get a couple of quality shots.
And the puck is dropped again. 5-on-3 chance for the Komets. They get the face-off back down in their zone. Binkley will bring it forward over to Shafma. Shafma will send it deep into the corner. Komets will give chase up to the blue line, held in by Binkley. Binkley gets it up along the far side for Cazzola. Poke checked away, comes to Binkley. 30 seconds to go on the power play. And here's Sidlowski up along the far side. Cazzola out to Binkley. Binkley stepping up. Comes over to Shafma with 19 seconds to go on the power play. Upstairs to Binkley. Come to Sidlowski. Winds up. Goes downstairs. Has Shafma in front. Feeds it to him. Poked aside by Patterson. 10 seconds to go. Sidlowski stepping up. Comes back down low. Cazzola. Sidlowski one-timer. Made. Rebound comes up to Binkley. 2 seconds to go on the power play. And now we're even up. Far side. Cazzola in front. Knocked down over to Sidlowski. One-timer save made. Rebound blocked again. Comes down into the corner, and Patterson robs the Komets. So it keeps the game 1-0. Komets unable to score on that 5-3 advantage. And now Toledo even up. Rankin will bring it into the Komet zone up along the far side. It's Kyle Thomas. Thomas along the far board. So we'll try to get around Jordan Hill in the corner. Now it comes over to Spink. Spink will play it down the right side. He gets taken off his course by Mike Embach, and it's picked up by Cazzola. Cazzola's got Freeman. Cazzola coming in. Oh, he dished it off. And it's going to come down into the corner. Up along the far side. We got a tie-up down in the corner. Evan Rankin dishes it out, and he will send it down. Rankin will flip it in, comes down into the corner. Comes off the boards, and here's Leonard. Leonard plays it up along the far wall. That should be an icy. Nope, Patterson's going to wave it off. It comes up along the near side, comes off the boards, going to be knocked down by Vale. Vale tries to hold it in. It goes over the stick of Dan Milan, and he'll have to retreat back into his own zone. Coming up with it is Vale. Vale over on the right side, knocked down at the blue line. They tried to weave it through to Friedman, going to be taken back the other way. Here come the Walleye. They cross over the blue line. 2-on-2 as they cross over. They send it in on Bartus. Going to be knocked down before it got through. Comes along the near side. Stand down at the blue line, and it's going to be out of the zone. Off the boards. The Walleye bring it back into the Comet zone. Here's a shot on Bartus. Makes the save. Rebound goes over the stick of Globkeep. And the Comets come up with it here on the left side. Friedman gives it a look. Has got Mason Baptista. Baptista got a little bit of room. He will get it into the Toledo zone.
Looking for help.
All the way into the corner. Comes off the far side. Comets are in a line change. Dane Walters takes a shot. It's going to go wide. Bartus got a piece of it. Comes back behind the net. And it's picked up by Desjardins. Here's Desjardins skating in front of his own net. 3 minutes gone by here in the second period. Still 1-0 Comets. Here is Desjardins in the corner. Cycles it around. And it goes back behind the net. Up top. Here's Will Weber with a one-timer. That's going to be knocked down. Desjardins couldn't control it. Comes out to the blue line, but held in at the blue line. And that one's going to be golfed into the seat.
That'll get a whistle and a line change by both teams. Face-off will most likely come outside the zone as the Comets let the shot go up high into the screen there. 16:41 to go. Comets up by 1. Just had a nice power play situation. 3 good shots they had on goal in that session there early in the second period here. And Patterson came up big on Sidlowski twice.
Comets have got 20 shots on net here in just about 4 minutes past here in the second period. Comets 1, Toledo nothing, as we got a little ice problem down there near the Comet bench. The linesmen are clearing that up. And now we're set to go with the face-off just outside of the Comet blue line. It's going to be Spink and Cazzola. And the puck comes down into the Toledo zone, up along the far side. And the Walleye get it in. Man, Milan is there for the Comets. Goes off the boards, comes to Sidlowski. Cross-ice pass. Mike Embach picks it up in stride. Here's Embach looking for Sidlowski down the right side. Feeds it to him in the corner. Embach trying to get around Jordan Hill. Gets cut off back behind the net. Lost the puck. And it's picked up by Hill. Hill will bring it up along the left side, and it's going to be kept in. Comets have it. They come down low. There's Sidlowski. Puck rolling on him a bit. Him and Denis fight for it. And it comes up to the blue line. And it's won by the Walleye, but not for long. Nice play by Mike Embach on the back check. Going to come all the way back the other way for Cazzola. Cross-ice pass, and here's Embach with it. Picks it up. Can he get a shot? Oh, he's going to be knocked down up along the far side. The puck rolls. Embach back on it. Comes down into the corner. Looking for Sidlowski. Sid is pinned up against the glass. Can't get free, and the Walleye get a hold of it. Walters brings it down the ice. They float it into the Comet zone, and the Walleye will get a line change. Flemington picks it up, comes up along the far side, off the boards. Zizek is there at the blue line. And they feed it up along the near wall. Hirschfeld coming down, got a man in front. Here's a shot, knocked down. Got a trailer. Here's a shot. What a save by Bartus.
Yeah. Rebound went out in the high slot. Toledo picked it up, let the quick wrist shot go. Bartus, glove save, pretty sharp looking.
That's how you do it. Garrett Bartus gotten a hot hand. 2 straight starts, 2 wins for Bartus.
Nice save right there. Toledo shaking their heads a little bit after that. The rebound came out right in the slot area. Perfect situation. Man had time, let her go, and beautiful glove save right there.
Hirschfeld and Mantha in the Comet zone. And it comes up top of the circle. Zizek here on the right side. Goes down low, and he will wheel it around. Desjardins is there for the Comets. Desjardins plays it forward. Here's Friedman. We got a penalty called. Going to be on the Comets. Interference. And we'll see a man down. So we will take a break with Toledo going to be on the power play. We'll be back. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WOWO.
Wonder what the outrageously energizing experience of Mountain Dew Kickstart is like? Well, it's like a combo of 3 awesome things. Dew, juice, and caffeine rebooting your entire personal operating system.
Mountain Dew Kickstart is in position for consumption. Release the Mountain Dew Kickstart. Mountain Dew Kickstart released. Experiencing a charge of Mountain Dew Kickstart now.
Mountain Dew Kickstart operation successful.
Roger that.
Get charged up with Mountain Dew Kickstart. Available in 10 energizing flavors like Midnight Rave. It all starts with a kick.
This is Comet Hockey.
Faced off in the Comet zone. Toledo starts up on the power play. Jack at the blue line. One-timer save made. Bartus got the right shoulder up. And it comes up to the blue line, laying out with Sedlowski. Got a piece of it, and it skips over the blue line. Zizek will go back for the Walleye. Toledo 0 for 1 on the power play tonight. It's Spink. Back to Zizek. Now it's one of the Spink brothers bringing it forward. Going to be poke checked away. Comes down to the blue line, and Spink will get it into the Comet zone. Backhand pass loose in front. Rolling around. Knocked down by Leonard. Leonard comes up along the near wall. Cannot clear it, however. Now Rankin getting into the play. Leonard in there as well. He pins Taylor Spink up against the glass. Rankin comes away with the puck. Here's Tyson Spink down to Taylor. Taylor back behind the net, up along the wall. Here's Zizek at the blue line. Got it knocked down and cleared out. Nice job by Vale. Comes down to Patterson. He will stop it. Gives it a look with 1 minute to go on the power play. Still 1-0 Comets. As Birchback will come up along the far side. Toledo on a man advantage here as they bring it in. Over onto the right side, Bo Schmidt. Schmidt comes down into the corner, gives it a look. Plenty of time. Comes up top to Hirschfeld, or McDonald rather. And it comes over onto the far boards. Now McDonald lets rip one, go save made, and that one goes wide on the rebound. Hirschfeld with a chance, comes up back to the blue line again. McDonald moves it over top of the circle. Here's a shot. Bartus save. Rebound is in front, and Bartus smothers it.
It was laying in the crease for a second. Bartus able to grab onto it as Toledo was right there looking for the second rebound. Never came out. Good save, Bartus. Good defense by the Komets to grab onto it.
Face-off will stay in the Comet zone. Garrett Bartus having a night right now. 13 saves. 1-0 Komets as the Komets try and kill off another penalty. This is the second time tonight the Komets have been in the box.
25 seconds still on it. Face-off will stay in the Comet zone. Cazzola's out there right now to take the draw with Embach up front.
Zola will be opposed by Jenks. And the puck comes up to the blue line and all the way out of the zone. Shane Birchback will run it down for the Walleye. He will bring it up the center of the ice, coming down the right side. Has Hirschfeld. They're on sides. They are met there by Mike Embach, and it comes to Cazzola. Cazzola picks it up, got McDonald on him, comes down the left side. Now he'll stop at the blue line, gets sandwiched, lost the puck, down to 4 seconds to go on the power play. Cazzola has it, snaps off the shot, a save made by...
All even. 5-on-5 again.
Hirschfeld down the right side. Komets kill off another one. Schmidt, and we're going to have a hand pass, it looks like, on Toledo. 13-14 to go in the second period. Komets out shooting Toledo 21-13, and they have got the lead at 1-0.
And Toledo's had a couple of quality shots on goal in the second period, as did the Komets in their power play situation. So, again, special teams pretty strong for both these teams. The key, again, stay out of that box, guys.
Face-off just outside of the Toledo blue line. It'll be Mantha. Can't quite win it. Goes to Simone Denny. And now Friedman has got it for the Komets. Brings it into the Toledo zone. He's onside. And it goes up along the far side. Going after it is Carter Sandlack. Him and Jordan Hill battle with Gabriel Desjardins. Down in the corner. Mantha in there as well. And it comes up to the Komets all the way up. Here's Flemington with a shot. That one's going to be tipped, and it'll find the screen.
It got deflected up into the screen. Yeah, Toledo player lost the stick. Komets had a bit of advantage and got the puck back to the point. Because of it, the shot was let go, but they had a couple of guys in front to deflect it and get the whistle.
12:46 to go in the second period. 1-0 Komets. And both teams will get a fresh set of legs out there. Face off in the Toledo zone. Skating 5-on-5 here. And it's going to be Cazzola to take the face-off with Taylor Spink.
Cazzola, go for the draw.
And missed drop now. Cazzola's going to get booted out, it looks like. Nope, he'll stay in there.
Well, he's going to get kicked out, yeah.
And it's going to be Sidlowski to take it.
They both get kicked out. There we go.
And the puck is dropped, comes along the near side boards to Cazzola. Wheels around, looking for Embach down low. Jordan Hill stepped in front of the pass, and it's picked up by the Walleye. Comes up to their own blue line and out of the zone. Now Spink trying to get around Dan Milan. He stood up, has to unload the puck in the Komets zone. Far side Sidlowski touches it up, looking for Cazzola for some help. It is cut off by Rankin. Now to Spink, top of the circle. Touch pass, here's a shot, going to go wide up along the far side. Taylor Spink cannot do anything with it. It's fed all the way down. And it's going to come down. That will be an icing. 12:14 to go in the second. Komets up 1-0. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WoWo.
It's time to celebrate. Tim Hortons is introducing new smoked ham as part of the 2 for $4 breakfast sandwich deal. That's 2 breakfast sandwiches with egg, American cheese, and your choice of sausage, bacon, or new smoked ham for only $4. It's the kind of deal that you should save for a special day of the week, like every day. Tim Hortons 2 for $4 breakfast sandwich deal at participating U.S. restaurants. Offer available on standard breakfast sandwiches and wraps for a limited time plus applicable taxes. Single sandwiches and wraps at regular price.
Komet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Insurance and Financial Services in Auburn.
12:06 to go in the second period. Komets up 1-0. Shane Alberani, Robbie Irons here tonight in front of a packed house here at the Coliseum. Faced off to the left of Bartus after the icing call, and it'll be Cazzola to take it once again for Fort Wayne. Tied up on the dot, comes up to the blue line. Birchback with it. He steps up. Leonard a little slow getting up there. Now he comes back up to his feet. Toledo looking to set something up here. Komets up 1-0. Here's Embach. Goes back behind the net. Sidlowski plays it off the boards and is able to get it out of the zone. Komets get a partial line change as Sidlowski and Cazzola will come over to the bench. Leonard will go back behind the net, wheels it around the boards here on the near side. Mike Embach picks it up along the far side. Kyle Thomas breaking in. Shot, save made. Patterson didn't know where it was. He was able to throw it into the corner. And all the way out of the zone comes to Jenks. Jenks trying to stick handle around a man along the near side. And it's Vale getting it loose all the way into neutral territory. Back up along the near side. Chasman's got it. And the Komets just offside. Oh, it looked like he was on. Kyle Thomas was the one who was over the blue line there. He looks like he got back. And he's telling the linesman as such. But the whistle was blown and the face-off will be outside of the Toledo blue line.
Line change, Komets. They all come over the boards, fresh troops.
Devin Mantha to take the face-off. And it's won by Hirschfeld for Toledo. Walleye bring it down the right side and into the Komet zone. Nice play by Mantha, gets it clear. And now he gets it to David Friedman. Back over to Flemington up along the far side, played off the boards, and it comes to Mantha, right side. Puck comes back behind the net where it is picked up by Bo Schmidt. Schmidt comes up along the far side. Here's Desjardins, sends it cross ice, and stuffing up at the blue line is Flemington. Back behind the net, it's played far side. And it's Desjardins. He takes a shot. Patterson got a piece, missed the blocker, and how to play it goes.
Yeah, throw it at the net if you got no play. That's the easiest place to throw it. That time Patterson got on the stick glove and just deflected straight up into the screen. Face off, line changes. We start all over again in the Toledo zone this time.
Still 1-0 Komets. Kyle Thomas, the only goal here tonight. It came at 7:12 of the first period. Face off in the Toledo zone. Now Sean Sidlowski centering up this line. And then Taylor Spink about to do battle. Puck is dropped, comes to Mike Embach, got a stick lifted, and the Walleye come away with the puck. Rankin get it into the Komet zone, comes down back behind the net. Milan meets Rankin there, and it comes up along the near boards all the way out of the zone. That'll split the defenseman, and that will be an icing on the Komets. So we'll take a break. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WoWo.
Looking for an apartment? Enjoy carefree living at Steeplechase Apartments, one of Fort Wayne's newest luxury communities. Now renting 1, 2, and 3 bedroom apartments. Spacious apartments including appliances and granite countertops. And no more visiting the laundromat. Full-size washer and dryer is included. Also, stay in shape with their 24-hour full-service fitness center with tanning bed. It's all waiting for you at Steeplechase Apartments, conveniently located in Northwest Fort Wayne, just seconds from I-69. And now, back to Komet Hockey.
Back at the Coliseum, Komets up 1-0 as play continues in the Komet zone, down low in the corner. We've got a pileup as Cazzola and Milan working the Spink brothers down there. Down in the corner, comes out to Mike Embach. Nice pass out to him, comes out to Cazzola. Cazzola going to float one into the Komet zone, comes down into the corner, up along the far side. Spink wheels it around to his brother. And now back to Jordan Hill. Now it's Spink with it up along the far side. He will skate it out of his own zone. Cross ice pass, caught in stride by Denis. He gets it into the Komet zone as the Walleye will get a change. Here's Binkley back in his own zone. Passes to the left to Will Weber. Now he moves it forward to Kyle Thomas. Thomas drops it back behind him. Vale with the shot, and Patterson, glove save, napping it out of the air.
Thomas, nice little drop pass right there. Vale following the play up, took the shot up, cut it up high. No chance for a rebound as Patterson holds on tightly.
9:26 to go in the second period. Komets up 1-0. We got a timeout on the ice, so we will step aside. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
Here's some good policy from your local agent and Auto Owners Insurance. When your insurance policy comes from us, it comes with something extra, a real person. Don't buy from an insurance company with an 800 number and a voicemail menu. Auto Owners Insurance operates exclusively through local independent agencies here to help you 24/7. Now that's good policy.
For all your insurance needs, visit Colligan & Company in Fort Wayne. Komet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Colligan & Company in Fort Wayne.
Back live at the Coliseum in front of a packed house on Sweetwater Ice. Komets right now getting the better of the Toledo Walleye. 1-0 is the score. Komets will finally go on the road.
Yeah.
He's been at home for 2 weeks.
Tough weekend coming up for them.
And we'll take on Quad City in Quad City coming up Wednesday. That game will be played at 7:35 coming up this Wednesday the 4th. And then the Komets will be back home against the same Mallards on the 7th. As we have a little ceremony, Robbie. Terry McDougal, number 19, will be retired. I know you've probably got some good Doogie stories that you can share some other time.
Yes, we could.
So we'll talk about that all night on the 7th, I'm sure. 9:26 to go here in the second period. Face-off down in the Walleye zone, and Kyle Thomas to take it.
Komets will see Toledo next Sunday, too, so they're right back at these guys again. So an important game here to get this win.
Puck is dropped, comes up to the blue line. Binkley goes back behind the net. Zizek will play it up along the near wall. Going to skip over the blue line, and coming back for it is Shafsma. At his own line, sends it back to Binkley. Binkley far boards, plays it ahead to Kyle Thomas off of his stick, and that one is going to get into the Komets bench, and we'll have another whistle.
Yep. Quad City, 2 big games, and then, of course, Toledo back on Sunday, so 4 big games. This one plus those 3 against the team we're trying to catch and the team that's right behind us on our tails.
Face-off will come out to center ice off the deflection into the Komet bench. And the puck rolls into the Komet zone. It's going to be picked up by defenseman Will Weber. Moves it up to Jamie Shafsma, trying to get it to Vale. He's cut off by Jink. And now it comes over. We got a penalty call. That's going to be on the Komets. Hooking is going to be the call. As Schmidt was tripped on the play, and it is going to be on Shafsma. So Shafsma will go to the penalty box for the next 2 minutes. It's the second time in this period that Toledo has had a power play.
And Toledo, of course, leading everybody in the league right now with a total of 47 points. That's the best record in the league. So we can cut into that a little bit tonight and again next Sunday with a couple of wins against them.
Face-off in the Komet zone to the left of Bartus. And it's tied up, comes right in front of the Komet net, and out it goes to Sidlowski, who will promptly send it down the length of the ice. That will come to McDonald. McDonald will start things up from his own zone. Gets ahead of steam, comes up along the far boards, drops it back behind him. And now they bring it into the Komet zone over the line, and they're going to be offsides.
Nice up on that blue line, yep.
Sean Sadlowski got in the middle of everything to disrupt that pass.
Zola was in the middle, and the two defense were standing up. So they forced Toledo to try to do something. They elected to try to carry it over instead of dump it in, and that forced the icing. Offside.
Face off outside of the Komet blue line. Sean Sadlowski tries to kick it out of there. Comes to Jenks, and he will retreat into his own zone. Still 1:30 to go on the power play. And Toledo without a shot on net on this man advantage. Up along the far side, poked away. Komets get a whole piece of it anyway. And it's going to come down into the Toledo zone. McDonald comes right down the middle of the ice. Trying to get around Dan Milan. Comes along the far side, comes in. Milan, nice job coming back for it. Gets a piece of it, but still in the Komet zone. Top of the circle. It's Schmidt at the blue line. Schmidt now reverses to the far point. Comes up along the far boards. Gives it a look. Takes a shot. Bartus the save.
Right on the net.
Squeeze in the pads and gets the whistle.
Yeah, took a bad angle shot, hoping for the rebound, but the Komet defense grabbed the Toledo player, and Bartus was able to handle the puck with no rebound. Face-off stays inside the Fort Wayne zone, and line changes come up. Still 59 seconds, power play Toledo. So long ways to go in it, but we've done a good job so far.
It's going to be Brady Vale to take the drop. Him and Taylor Spink in there. Comes down into the corner, picked up by the Komets. They can't wrap it around. Comes down into the corner for Spink. Up top to the blue line. It's Zizek. Takes the shot. Now he comes in. Comes way down low. Now he tries to tuck it in, and looks like it got the post.
Barkus grabbed on, but the puck jumped up and hit the post. Stayed out.
Tyson Spink. Up top to Zizek. Over to Taylor Spink. Here's a shot and a goal.
They went high on this one. They've been going low on Bartus, trying to get him down between the legs. This one here, when he went across and down, the puck went right up over his shoulder underneath the crossbar. Power play goal for Toledo, tying it up.
And we are tied at 1. 7:31 to go here in the second.
12:29 it came in.
And we'll be back. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WoWo.
Fort Wayne's newest Northside Sports Bar is your place to see the big games, including pro and college. Doozy Sports Bar and Grill next to Red River Steakhouse has become a fan favorite to see the best sports events with their incredible food and drink specials and wall-to-wall big flat screen TVs. Open daily 11 to 11 or later for the big games. Doozy's has daily lunch specials and is always the place to come out and watch the games. Doozy's next to Red River Steakhouse, just off I-69 at Coldwater Road in Washington Center.
You're listening to Komet Hockey.
And an assist to tie the game up at 1 here at the Coliseum. Komets and a Walleye locked in a good one. 7:12 to go in the second period. As play resumes after the goal comes into the Komet zone, into the corner. And here is Desjardins. He fights for it. Flemington in there as well. Comes back behind the net. Here's Kyle Fulmer looking for Friedman. Held in by Denis. Gets it back behind the net. And it's wrapped around all the way on the right side. Now all the way back in. Komets cannot get it out of the zone. Here's Fulmer. Fulmer avoids the poke check. Gains his own blue line. Moves it out to Friedman where it's poked back right into the Komet zone. It's Fulmer. Sets up over on the far side. Mantha gets it deep into the Toledo zone. The Komets will get a change. Hirschfeld cuts it down here on the corner. Brings it into the Komet zone, and now it is dropped right back into the neutral zone. And the Walleye now seem to have stolen the momentum as they bring it into the Komet zone.
More.
Up along the near side. And back down low in the corner. Back behind the Komet net. It's Spink up along the far side. Or that's Santos, rather, and the puck is taken away from him. Belongs to Shasma, goes up along the far boards. The Komets again can't get it really controlled. And it's Shasma at the red line. He can't control it. The puck comes down to the Komet zone. 5:56 to go in the second period, and the puck goes to Weber. Weber gets around Rankin on the right side, comes off the boards, cannot get it into the Toledo zone. And it comes down the far side again, back out to Jason Finkley. Finkley to Sadlowski. He got it poked away. And now Jamie Shasma with an opportunity. Trying to advance it up along the near wall. Will Weber knocked down at the center line. Now it's poked away by Sidlowski. And now Sid going to get behind Zizek. Coming down. He stops, pops, and it's going to go wide. Comes along the near side. Up top to the blue line. Komets now keep a hold of it. Here is Mike Embach, who takes a whack from Rankin. Goes back behind the net. Still on his feet. It's Embach going down low to Vale. Vale spins around in the corner. Vale comes upstairs. Now back down low. It's Mike Embach. Skips over his stick. And the puck rolls out to the face-off circle. And the Walleye are able to clear it. Sean Sidlowski off the boards. Brings it forward. Here's a shot. That's going to whistle wide and all the way out of the zone. With 4:32 to go in the second, we got a tie game at 1. Curtis Leonard over onto the far boards. Picked up by the Komets, and it's Cazzola to Leonard. Back to Embach. Nice pass over to Flemington. And the defenseman will bring it all the way in. He will rip it around the boards. Here's a shot by Embach. That one goes wide up along the far side. Fulmer tries to keep it in and does. Up along the far side, it's Mike Embach. Goes back behind the net. Here's Cazzola. Cazzola now looking for a little bit of help. He is draped by Denis in front to Mike Embach. Couldn't get a shot. Pulled it back to the point, but nobody on that right side. And it's picked up by the Komets back in their own end. It's Flemington. Plays it forward. Looking to feed it through to Jasma. No icing on the play up along the far boards. 4:08 now to go in the period. Brought forward into the Komet zone over onto the right side. It's A.J. Jenks using that big body trying to go towards Bartus. Got it poked to side. He gets tangled up with Shasma, and it goes to Fulmer. Fulmer to Jamie Shasma, and Shasma will bring it into the Toledo zone. Pushes it over to Desjardins. Now Shasma gets it back. Winds up. Here's a shot, and a save made by Patterson. Over on the near side, and it belongs to Simone Denis. Denis goes back behind his own net with 3:37 now to go in the period. We're tied at 1. And the Walleye bring it into the Komet zone. That's going to come down, hit the end boards. And that will be an icing, so that'll give us a chance to take a break. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
Nelson, Mays, and Wonka. All famous Willies. But getting the Willies, it isn't fun. That creepy feeling you get when you see all your high-interest debt? Partners First Federal Credit Union has the cure for the Willies, with products that are designed to help you. Nothing brings out those Willies more than a mortgage, car loan, or high-interest credit card. Partners First can keep those Willies away. Just go to partnersfirstcu.org to get started. Partners First Federal Credit Union. Part of your community, part of your tomorrow. Partners First Federal Credit Union is an equal housing lender. MLS number 405819.
Komet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Gregory Associates in Fort Wayne.
We've got 3:18 to go here in the second period, and we have got a good one between team number 1 and team number 2 in the Central Division as we play our final game in the year 2016. Next up for the Komets, they'll be next Wednesday at Quad City. 1-1 is our score.
Komets being outshot 8-4 in this period. And, of course, Toledo with the only goal to tie it up at 1-1.
Face-off will be outside of the Komet blue line. And Sidlowski to take it with Spink. Rankin and Embach, they tie up, and Embach can't quite wrestle the puck away. And Taylor Spink comes in to help out. They bring it into the Komet zone. Dan Milan back there whips it around the near side. And Rankin holds it in. Now they get it down low. Centering pass. And it goes between the legs of Schmidt and all the way out. Under 3 to play. Mike Embach steps in front of the pass by Spink. And now McDonald will bring it ahead for the Walleye into the near corner in the Komet zone. Milan is wrapped around the boards, comes out to Sidlowski. Far side has Cazzola. Cazzola will bring it in the Toledo zone. Bearing down on the goaltender. Comes down into the corner before he's cut off. Couldn't get a shot. And it comes up on the near side and all the way down into the Komet zone. Flemington has it. Far side moves it over to Fulmer. Fulmer's pass comes off the stick of Sidlowski, and the Komets will get a change. 2:20 to go here in the second period. Long stretch pass coming into the Komet zone. Flemington steps in front of it. Kyle Thomas comes down to help out. Thomas in front of his own net over to Fulmer. Fulmer's going to get knocked away by Jenks. Back behind the net, coming up along the near side. Touch pass, and here's Shasma. Got a man on the far side. It's Kyle Thomas. Thomas trying to get around Zizek. He stops. Now looks for some help. Zizek took it right off of his stick. Comes up along the far boards and out of the zone. 1:50 to go in the second. Tied at 1. Here's Brady Vale. Vale over the blue line. Stops. One-timer. Here's a shot. Going to go wide. And it comes up to Will Weber. Trying to keep it in, and he does. Brady Vale down low. Bale being chased by Jenks. Nice pass out to Kyle Thomas. Just tipped before it got to him. Thomas now will put it on net. That one's going to be deflected. Thomas will get it right back. As Weber on the point, he's double-teamed along the far side. Weber is going to step up, and he's going to help him out. And it comes up. That one now will split the defenseman and all the way out. And that's going to hit the inboards. 1:16 to go in period number 2. And Toledo, they've stolen the momentum here ever since getting that goal.
And the shots on goal, as I say, it's all part of the momentum going as the Toledo has got a pretty good offense going. A couple of power play situations made the difference, and that's exactly what they got. The power play goal at 12:29 with a couple of pretty good scoring chances.
Face off to the right of Patterson. Mantha will take it for the Komets. And it comes up, and it goes to Zizek, and he will play it off the boards. Binkley is back, comes off the boards, and just sends it right back in the Toledo zone. Jordan Hill back for Toledo. Plays it down along the far side, held in for a moment, and now in front of the net. Here's Will Weber with a shot. Save made.
Last minute.
Here's another shot. That one comes wide. Up top of the blue line, Will Weber with it. Goes down low, and here's Desjardins up along the far side. Binkley tries to step up, and the Walleye are able to get it out. Comes out to the near neutral zone on the right side. Santos can't get it in deep, and Friedman comes in to pick it up for the Komets. Friedman with 35 seconds to go. Comes up along the near side, try to do a little bit too much with it as Denis picks it up. Back along the near side. Santos will get it into the Komet zone, comes deep, and the Walleye will get a line change. Here's Milan with 20 seconds. Comes up along the far wall off the stick of Desjardins and coming all the way down into the corner. Picked up by Simone Denis with 10 seconds to play. Sedlowski stole it away, trying to get it Cazzola, and now here's Embach to Cazzola. Couldn't get a shot. Embach has it. Here's a shot. Oh, it goes off the post.
Sedlowski.
Another shot. That one's knocked down with 1 second to go. Oh, that was
right there.
Heart-wrenching. Patterson was beat cleanly, and it just grabbed the iron. What a way to end the second period. Komets and Walleye skating to a 1-all tie after 40 minutes. Now, the Walleye seemed to grab the momentum after they scored that goal, but the Komets in those last minutes came down with some great chances, but couldn't figure out Patterson.
Yeah, they finished the period very strong, going in there. A little bit of forechecking, got the puck back. It was a bit of a broken play in front of the net, and they found Sedlowski in the slot by himself. He let the shot go, beat the goaltender, but he hit the post, and that was all it took. And it went outside of the net, no goal on the play, but pretty solid period all the way through. A couple power play situations for Toledo made the difference, and they scored at the 12:29 mark. Tyler Spinks, he gets the power play goal and ties it up. But pretty evenly matched game right now. Both goaltenders have been tested. Toledo more in the first period, and again, the Komet goaltender Garrett Bartus in the second period had a couple of big saves out there. An interesting third period coming up. Both teams got to skate, hit, stay out of the penalty box.
We're tied at 1, and we're going to the third period. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
Don't just think of it as half-off late-night apps at Applebee's. It's half off the after party, half off the first date, half off girls' night. Late-night half-priced apps, only at Applebee's. Don't just think of it as half-off late-night apps at Applebee's. It's half off the after party, half off the first date, half off girls' night. Late-night half-priced apps, only at Applebee's.
Have you had an MRI and later were shocked by the high cost of your copay? Your out-of-pocket insurance cost can be 3 times higher depending on where you go. Call us first. Find out your estimated costs before your exam. And if you don't have insurance, pay as little as $4.25. Why pay more? It's your choice where you go. Choose from our 3 locations: Auburn, Decatur, or Fort Wayne Open MRI on Lake Avenue.
Komet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Insurance and Financial Services in Auburn.
On the ice, on the court, or on the field, the Orthopedic Hospital and Fort Wayne Orthopedics are there to provide complete orthopedic care for injured athletes or weekend warriors.
Fort Wayne Orthopedics and the Orthopedic Hospital of Lutheran Health Network, official sports medicine provider for the Komets, and an integral part of Fort Wayne sports for over 20 years. Go where the pros go. The Orthopedic Hospital and Fort Wayne Orthopedics are a dedicated team of sports medicine specialists, licensed trainers, and therapists, specially trained to keep you in the game.
Take Midwest Gloves and Gear to work with you by using their full line of work gloves. Midwest Work Line features max performance gloves, PBR, along with a wide variety of Midwest branded gloves for any type of work. Midwest Gloves and Gear prides itself in being the largest manufacturer of American-made work gloves, and Midwest believes in investing in America. And that's why the work line features many styles made right here in the USA. For over 50 years, Midwest Gloves and Gear, Chillicothe, Missouri. Time for the Tim Hortons Coffee Break Intermission Report. Presented by Tim Hortons, the official coffee and donuts of the Komets.
Back live at the Coliseum, where this huge crowd, it's been announced 9,896 are here in attendance to see the Komets and the Walleye do battle. They are locked in a good one, tied at 1. Not only are these two teams at the top of the standings, they are also the top of the standings in attendance. Komets come in leading the ECHL, averaging 7,225. That'll go up a little bit after tonight, as Toledo, second in the league, averaging 7,167 fans per game. Well, the fans are here tonight. They are seeing a good one between two teams that could be fighting for first place in the Central Division very, very soon. The Walleye get that one goal in the second period. It was Fink, his 12th of the season. The assist goes to his brother, Tyson, and Zizek with the other assist. It was on the power play, again at 12:29 of the second period. Komets got their first and only goal in the first period. Kyle Thomas, 7-12 was the time. Mike Embach, the assist. Fort Wayne, 24 shots on net. Toledo, 16. Toledo 1 for 2 on the power play. Komets 0 for 2. But unfortunately, in that 0 for 2 ratio, it had a 5-on-3 chance, and the Komets could not convert. 6 minutes of penalties on 3 infractions for both teams. Jake Patterson has made some outstanding saves tonight. He has kept his team in it. 24 shots on goal, 23 saves. Garrett Bartus, equally as impressive for the Komets. He has made 15 saves on 16 shots. And that will get us to the third period tonight. We are in the middle of the second intermission. We will take a break. You are listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
O'Daniel Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has the values you've been looking for on all the new 2017 models, starting at $34,995. The 2017 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited with lift kit, rims, and tires is ready to tackle the toughest competition. The Ram 1500 pickup with best-in-class fuel economy and more power and guts than any other truck on the market. With its striking design and powerful standard engine, this is one tough truck. Also, check out our new line of commercial ProMaster vans for all your work needs. Chrysler has perfected the family vehicle with the all-new Chrysler Pacifica. Optional 8-passenger seating, dual TVs, satellite radio. It's the most advanced minivan in its class. See the complete line of new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram trucks, all at O'Daniel Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on Illinois Road next to Meyer, or online at o'danielauto.com.
At Subway, Monday is no longer Monday. It's Sweet Onion Chicken Teriyaki Day. That's the $3.50 sub of the day. Subway has a different 6-cent sub of the day every day of the week. Each has no artificial flavors or colors from artificial sources. For just $3.50, it's a great sub for a great price. Wednesday, that's Turkey Breast Day. Friday, Tuna Day. The $3.50 sub of the day every day at Subway. At participating restaurants, additional charges for extras and deluxe plus tax may not be combined with other offers, coupons, or discount cards.
Here's some good policy from your local agent and auto owner's insurance. When your insurance policy comes from us, it comes with something extra, a real person. Don't buy from an insurance company with an 800 number and a voicemail menu. Auto Owners Insurance operates exclusively through local, independent agencies here to help you 24/7. Now that's good policy.
For all your insurance needs, visit Gregory Associates in Fort Wayne.
WOWOAM, WMEE, HD2, Fort Wayne.
Time for the Tim Hortons Coffee Break Intermission Report. Presented by Tim Hortons, the official coffee and donuts of the Komets.
Back live at the Memorial Coliseum, where the Komets and the Walleye have skated to a 1-all tie going into the final 20 minutes of regulation here on Sweetwater Ice. A huge crowd on hand. 9,896 are watching this one here tonight. Checking the Meyer out-of-town scoreboard here on New Year's Eve. We already got several games already in the books, starting with Brampton at Kalamazoo, and the Kalamazoo Wings get the victory 5-3 over the Beast. In a shootout, it was Greenville 4, Orlando 3. Also a final, Reading 5, Adirondack 2. A game that has gone final as well. Manchester gets the victory over Norfolk by a score of 4-3. Wheeling 5, Elmira 2. That one has just gone final. Also a final out west. The Allen Americans drop 8 on the Utah Grizzlies tonight. 8-4 is the final. Cincinnati Cyclones, they get the victory over Indianapolis tonight by a score of 3-2. Indianapolis was able to break that long losing streak the other night against Cincinnati. Also a final down in South Carolina. It is 5. The Stingrays get the victory over the Everblades, as they were only managed to produce 1 goal tonight. In the second period, Rapid City 1, Idaho nothing. 5:35 to go in the second period. And a game, of course, we're keeping an eye on Tulsa and Wichita, as the Komets are in a virtual tie with Tulsa at the moment. Komets have the edge in the division because they have a better winning percentage, as Tulsa 2, Wichita 2, with 14:07 to go in the second period. At the end of one period of play, the Missouri Mavericks 2, the Quad City Mallards nothing. Another game to keep an eye on, as the Mallards just a point back of the Fort Wayne Komets, and it'll be the Mallards and Komets coming up this Wednesday in Quad Cities. Game time is 7:35, and one last game yet to start. It is Colorado at Alaska, and that'll do it for the out-of-town scoreboard. Don't forget the simple savings you get with Meyer M-Perks digital coupons and rewards. Sign up today at mperks.meyer.com. We are in the middle of the second intermission, where we have got a good one between two of the top teams in the ECHL. The Komets and the Walleye tied at 1 going to the third period. We will be back. You are listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
Once upon a galaxy in a world far, far ago.
This party is lame. There's no cool kids here.
But, Dad, you planned the party.
You're right. I'm tired of being in the doghouse. The other dads were laughing at me and throwing cats. That's seriously bad.
Since Father Figure was concerned with his approval rating, he knew he needed to act fast.
We need someone to bring the fun stats.
How about me, kids?
Get out of here, you. You're bat poop crazy. And besides, I'm 43.
I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog, too.
Well, we dodged a rubber chicken with that one.
Now, since Father Figure had incurred the wrath of the Clown Mafia, he knew he needed to overcompensate and get some cool points fast. Oh, yes. Cool points are like gold. Pretty shiny gold.
I need to call Tag Art. Give me that phone, Joey.
It's Tommy.
That's what I said, Frank. I'm dialing 456-6999.
With that, Father Figure was instantly connected to Tag Art, where a whole list of service options were laid out before him. Caricatures, face painting, costume characters, stilt walkers, and beyond. No pressure, no egos, and all local talent. Tax-paying artists, only.
And no more flying cats.
Father Figure further learned of Tag Art's website, tagartcompany.com, where he could see samples of work and not just trust a stranger with a great phone voice.
He did have a great phone voice.
So the next time you need to bring the fun to your party, college, office, mitzvah, reception, or general wacky-doo shindig.
They do wacky-doo, too?
They truly do. For you, too. No poo. So get the tag team, and you'll know why they say,
Tag, we're it.
Are you looking for a great way to entertain family, friends, clients, or employees? Or just treat yourself to a night of entertainment? Luxury suites or club seats at the Memorial Coliseum can be exactly what you're looking for. Whether it's a Fort Wayne Komet hockey game or other sporting event, a concert or family show, suites and club seats at the Coliseum are available on a single event basis. Amazing food and drinks delivered right to your seat. You'll never miss a moment of the action. Call the Premium Seating Office, 260-480-2186, about the suites and club seats at the Memorial Coliseum. Time for the Tim Hortons Coffee Break Intermission Report. Presented by Tim Hortons, the official coffee and donuts of the Komets.
Back at the Coliseum, we are in the middle of the second intermission. Komets and a Walleye locked in a good battle here. 1-1 is the score. The Fort Wayne Parkview Ice House is proud to be the official practice facility of the Fort Wayne Komets. Located on Iceway across from Glenbrook Commons, the Ice House is Fort Wayne's home for hockey. It's never too late to learn how to skate. The Fort Wayne Parkview Ice House offers programs to ages 3 and up. Visit icesports.com/Fort Wayne to see a list of their upcoming Learn to Skate classes. Register today. And now you can get all of your Komet gear. You can go to Play Ball Inc. in Glenbrook Square. Stop in and see all the great Komet wearables and the huge selection of autographed memorabilia available at Play Ball Inc., located just outside of Sears in Glenbrook Square. Now, the Komets will play on the road coming up this Wednesday at Quad City, but when the Komets return home, the Quad City Mallards will be waiting for them. However, this one is going to be very special. January 7th is the time as we pay tribute to the great Terry McDougal, number 19, as his number will be retired, and it will be sent all the way up to the rafters. As a little negotiation, I believe, had to go between the Komets and Sean Kozlowski, who currently wears number 19. Sid will be able to keep that jersey number for the rest of the season, as we'll be pulling up number 19 to the rafters that night on January 7th. And just to give a glimpse of what a great Komet Terry McDougal was, played 576 games as a member of the Komets, scoring 739 points, 278 goals, and 461 assists. And he is certainly one of the great Komets, playing with the Komets from the 1975-76 season all the way to 1981-82. Again, Terry McDougal, number 19, will join the Immortals, as he will join Chuck Adamson, Guy Dupuis, Terry Pembroke, Lionel Repka, Len Thornton, Reggie Primo, Eddie Long, Robbie Laird, Colin Chin, Robbie Irons, Nick Boucher, Bob Chase, Ken Olliott, Colin Lister, and number 77, Steve Fletcher, as Terry McDougal's number 19 up to the rafters on the 7th. Get your tickets at the Coliseum Ticket Office and at Ticketmaster.com. We are in the middle of the second intermission. Third period coming up between the Komets and the Walleye. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
I bank with Fifth Third because I don't wait for anything. To get downstairs faster, I replaced my staircase with a fireman's pole. For me, every hour is rush hour, and the early bird never gets the worm because I beat him to it. Yes, I don't wait for anything. That's why I use the faster mobile app from Fifth Third Bank, which lets me do things like check my balance without logging in. To save time, I put zippers on my button-down shirts. I tune into game shows just for the lightning rounds, and my high school graduation speech was quite brief. In fact, it was a haiku.
Bright future awaits. Never surrender. Dream big. Congratulations.
Take the weight out of banking with Fifth Third Bank's faster mobile app, which lets you check your balance without logging in, transfer funds with fewer taps, and deposit checks without pushing a button. Mobile banking, one of the ways Fifth Third Bank works hard to earn your business. Visit a banking center or 53.com to open a checking account today. $50 minimum deposit to open a checking account. Member FDIC.
This is what it sounds like when you get a gift you don't want.
Oh, a blender. Thanks.
And this is what it sounds like when you get a gift you really want.
I can't believe you got me a new Chevy.
Hear the difference at the Chevy Red Tag sales event, where you can find special holiday pricing. Plus, when you find your tag, you can get additional cash back on select Chevy vehicles. See your Northeast Indiana and Ohio Chevy dealers. For vehicle eligibility, visit ChevyRedTagSalesEvent.com. Not available with some other offers. Take delivery by 1/3/17. See dealer for details.
On the ice, on the court, or on the field, the Orthopedic Hospital and Fort Wayne Orthopedics are there to provide complete orthopedic care for injured athletes or weekend warriors. Fort Wayne Orthopedics and the Orthopedic Hospital and Lutheran Health Network, official sports medicine provider for the Komets, and an integral part of Fort Wayne sports for over 20 years. Go where the pros go. The Orthopedic Hospital and Fort Wayne Orthopedics are a dedicated team of sports medicine specialists, licensed trainers, and therapists, specially trained to keep you in the game.
Time for the Tim Hortons Coffee Break Intermission Report. Presented by Tim Hortons, the official coffee and donuts of the Komets.
Back live at the Coliseum. We are tied at 1 between the Komets and the Walleye here on the 60th New Year's Eve game here at the Coliseum. Komets are 40-15-5 on New Year's Eve, and this is the 12th time the Komets have hosted the Toledo Walleye, as the Komets look to get another victory in that win column for New Year's Eve night games. 9,896 are here tonight. Kyle Thomas and Tyson Smith the only goals tonight. We'll see what the third period has in store for us. We'll take one more break. Third period coming up. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
Knob Brick Company carries hundreds of styles of brick, literally something for every taste. With the change in the seasons, it's good to know that Knob also offers a wide variety of fireplaces, many of them Heat and Glow's finest, to add style to your home and warm it up on those cold evenings. You can even put a Heat and Glow insert into your existing fireplace to make it more efficient. Be sure to check out their fireplace showroom for some design ideas. Knob Brick is located on Fort Wayne's north side, not far from the Speece Fieldhouse. For a great Heat and Glow fireplace or that perfect brick for your home, see Knob, N-O-B, Knob Brick.
O'Daniel Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has added some new members to the team. Introducing the all-new Jeep Renegade with legendary Jeep performance and incredible fuel economy, starting at $18,865. Also now on the starting lineup is the all-newly redesigned Ram Rebel. With its striking design and powerful standard engine, this is a new crowd favorite with the muscle to back it up. The new scrapper on the team is the all-new Dodge Challenger Hellcat with 707 horsepower. This secret weapon will leave the competition wondering what hit them. O'Daniel is a proud sponsor of Komet Hockey, and we invite all the fans to come experience the difference in your next car buying experience. See the complete line of new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram trucks, all at O'Daniel on Illinois Road, next to Meyer, or online at o'danielauto.com. And now, back to Komet Hockey.
Now Barani and Robbie Irons with you, and we are tied going into the third period. And these two teams don't go to the third period tied very often, as this is just the fourth time this season Toledo has been tied going to the third period, and just the third time for the Komets. Now in one-goal games, Toledo, they have been dominant, 11-1-0-1. Komets 5-3-3 in one-goal games, and right now we are tied. So face-off come out to center ice, and it should be an interesting third period with really 4 points on the line tonight in the Central Division.
And they're 14-3 on the road when they're playing on the road. So pretty good hockey team all the way around. And to win 14 hockey games on the road, 1-0, 1-1 hockey games, they get the breaks on those. So we need to get that first goal. We need to get some shots. We need to play the body.
And here we go. The drop of the puck. It belongs to the Komets. Binkley will bring it forward. It's the stick of the captain, Jamie Shasma, who will wheel it around. Comes along the near side. Up along the far boards. Here's a shot and a save made to Patterson. Comes to Will Weber. Goes down low looking for Kyle Thomas. It's intercepted by Simone Denny, and out of the zone it goes. It's Binkley. Will gather it up, and he looks for Thomas. Hill steps in front of his pass, and Binkley will pick it back up. Vail will come into the zone down here in the corner. And it goes down low to Jamie Shasma.
Looking for the man in the slot.
Shasma along the far side. Shasma now top of the circle, goes down low up along the glass. Pass was tipped. Kyle Thomas gets to it. Out of Vail. Rolls off of his stick. And Spink will bring it forward. Spink to Hirschfeld. He will flip it all the way into the corner. Near side, here's Leonard. Leonard feeds it up along the boards, and now it skips out to center ice. And the Walleye have it. Here's McDonald up along the far boards. 1 minute has passed here in the third period. We're still tied at 1. Garrett Bartus will swing it up along the far boards. Puck comes up top of the circle, and it belongs to Mike Embach. Embach will get it to Cazzola. Cazzola will get it in deep. Embach will give chase to it. Comes back behind the net. Embach gets met there by Bo Schmidt. Now Sidlowski comes in to help out. Upstairs it goes to Flemington. Now back down low to Mike Embach. Cazzola, far side. Here is Embach trying to load up for a shot. He got it tangled up in his feet, and the Walleye bring it ahead. All the way down to the Komet zone. Flemington with a man on him. Comes off the boards. Too hard for Sidlowski. Now into the Komet zone where we're going to have an offside. So Walleye called for offsides. 18:21 to go here in the third. Still tied at 1.
Again, the Komets on the road Wednesday in Quad City. Home here Saturday against Quad City. And then in Toledo on Sunday. So another pretty big weekend for them coming up around the holidays.
All games played within the division this week. Zizek will try and get it in the Komet zone, but it's batted down at the center line and back in the Toledo end. Now the puck will roll down the Komet zone. No icing as Fulmer will pick it up. Comes up along the near side as Jenks steps in front of his pass, comes along the far side and out to the blue line, where it's held in by the Walleye. Sandlak gets it back behind the net. Here's Kyle Fulmer, has a man on him, drops it back to Flemington. Flemington now double team down low. We got a penalty called.
Tripping,
Flemington.
Yep.
And Flemington will go off. 2 minutes for tripping. 17:48 to go in the third tie game. We'll take a break. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WoWo.
ERS OCI Wireless is the official radio provider for the Fort Wayne Komets. ERS OCI Wireless is a Motorola partner in Fort Wayne providing wireless voice and data systems that allow organizations across Indiana to operate their business more efficiently. Reach out to ERS OCI Wireless at 260-747-0584. That's 260-747-0584 or online at www.ers-oci.com.
WOWOAM, WMEE, HD2, Fort Wayne.
Comet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Colligan & Company in Fort Wayne.
Toledo 1 for 2 on the power play tonight as they bring it into the Comet zone. Puck rolls down into the Comet zone. Back behind the net, A.J. Jenks runs into Curtis Leonard. Leonard gets it into the corner. And the Komets try and clear it. Hacked out of there by Kyle Thomas.
Nice job. Chopped it down the ice.
Patterson will stop it. And he will leave it for McDonald. McDonald will pick it up. Cuts back to the center of the ice. Hits his own blue line. Pushes it over into the Comet zone over on the far boards. Down into the corner. Here's a big hit by Weber. Comes up to the Komets and floated all the way down. Rushing for it is Sidlowski. He's going to win that race. Comes down in the corner.
In the slot.
There he is. In front all alone. Here's Vale. Shoots the save made. Vale all alone. Nobody around him, and he couldn't get it over the left pad.
They got Toledo trapped. Sidlowski made a great play. Vale all by himself. Couldn't get it up high enough.
And Spink with Toledo still on the power play. Got it stolen away by Binkley.
3-on-1 Komets.
Binkley down the right side. Takes a shot. Save made. Rebound comes off the post again.
No, off the post. Embach then. Binkley went in. He had two guys with him. He took the shot down in the pads. The goalie made the save. Right back out to Embach, who got a shot on the net. It hit the goal post and dropped down in the goal crease. Did not go in the net. Referee and linesman talking, but great effort. Two good chances by the Komets right here in the last minute.
The goalposts have been Patterson's best friend tonight. That's the second time we see the replay. Mike Embach, just looked up to the heavens. Hockey gods not looking down on him on that shot. Had him beat all the way, and it just got the far post.
Tough break. They've got two good chances. They're still a man short, 39 seconds, and they've had two great scoring chances. Hustle.
Shaftsman in the face-off circle in the Toledo zone. And it goes to Zizek. Will skate in front of his net. It's his own blue line. Dishes off on the right side to Spink. Over to Rankin. Rankin will carry it in. Far side up top to Zizek. Top of the circle in the high slot. Zizek takes a shot. Save made by Bartus. Into the corner. Milan plays it up along the near wall. Comes off the boards all the way down. And here's Kyle Thomas.
Got a break.
Coming out. Patterson scoots. And a save made. Patterson
put it in.
Came across the crease and got the blocker up. Spink will bring it forward. 7 seconds to go on the power play. Takes a shot. Save made. Bartus squeezes the pad.
God, three chances we've had. We might as well play short the rest of the game if we're going to get chances. And three great chances.
Three spots all alone on the goaltender, too.
Hustle, hustle, hustle all the way.
15:50 to go in the third. 2 seconds remain on the power play for Toledo. Flemington is up on his feet. Awaits that gate to be open. Face off in the Comet zone. Zola and Jakes comes down in the corner, and here comes Flemington out of the box, knocked down at the blue line. Here's Mike Embach. Gets it over to Cazzola. Cazzola gets spun around, didn't know where the puck was. Here's Jenks up along the boards, and the Komets poke it into the Toledo zone. Into the corner, Mike Embach, pinned up against the glass by Jordan Hill. Far side, stepping up is Will Weber. Oh, and they got a man loose. They comes over to the right side. Komets got to get back on D. Back
everybody up. Good play defensively.
Far side in front. It's Jordan Hill. Gets taken off the play by Weber. Down low in the corner, Sidlowski looking for Embach. He reaches out, can't get to it. Comes up to the blue line. Walleye have it. Hirschfeld up top. Here's a shot. That one goes off the post.
Toledo rattled the post.
Bartus never saw that one. Comes down into the corner. Far side. Winding up. Here's a shot. Knocked down by Weber. The way out of the zone. Denny. He will skate it down. Comes up along the boards looking for Schmidt. And the puck rolls into the Comet zone. Fulmer off the boards all the way down, and it comes up along the far boards when they now carry it into the Comet zone. There's a shot that's going to be deflected and out of play. 14:40 to go in the third, tied at 1. Both teams' opportunities. Komets with several in the third period, unable to solve Jake Patterson.
Yeah, we've had 4 shots on goal. Toledo only 2. They had the power play, and we had 2 breakaways. Couldn't put the puck in the net.
Face off to the left of Bartus.
Good chances by hard work, guys. Keep going.
Mantha in the face-off circle. Far side, Flemington cannot move it. Goes back behind the net. Kyle Fulmer is held up behind the net, and now the net becomes dislodged. So no penalty call as Flemington was tied up. Can't see who that was behind the net.
He's been a presence on the ice tonight as a new guy with the Comet lineup tonight. Done a nice job, played the body physical. He got 1 penalty, but other than that, I thought he's played a pretty physical and pretty good hockey game for a newcomer and fitting in real well with the system.
Face-off will be in the Comet zone, and Mantha will take the face-off with Hirschfeld. We're tied at 1 as the puck is dropped. Comes to the Komets. Flemington, far side, looking for Friedman. He's cut off on the play, comes along the far boards, and kick loose. Here's Desjardins coming down the left side. Got a man in front. Desjardins coming out, shoots, and he missed it wide. All the way up to the blue line. Komets can't hold it in. They're offside. Now back behind the net. Picked up by Zizek. Near side, he feeds it up along the wall. Backhander coming down into the Comet zone, into the corner. There's Fulmer up along the far side off the stick of Friedman, and he clears the zone.
Penalty.
It's going to be Fulmer behind the play.
He's going to get another one if he keeps it up.
Fulmer gets tangled up with Zizek.
Yeah, he got Zizek running pretty good in the end boards. And Fulmer threw the puck up the boards. Then he had a few words to say with him. And then he gave him a shot when the line referee was watching. And the retaliation got the penalty. Toledo power play again. Keep giving him chances.
Well, the way we killed that last penalty off, this might be a good thing.
Yeah, we get a couple of breakaways again. Maybe we'll put one in.
So the penalty is on Kyle Fulmer. 2 minutes cross-checking. And the face-off in the Comet zone. 13:58 to go here in the third. And a face-off coming up in the Comet zone. Now our referee coming over to the scores table. Linesman over there as well. I'm not sure what they're talking about here.
I don't know. Referee's going to both benches.
Now the linesman's going down.
Maybe we got an issue with one of the referees.
Now the linesman's going all the way down to the Toledo end of the ice. Well, we'll figure this out. We'll take a break. Yeah. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WoWo.
The Holiday Inn at the Coliseum, located across from the Memorial Coliseum, is the official home of the Komets. Whether it's a corporate meeting to large wedding receptions or just a getaway weekend, the Holiday Inn has you covered. Event space in the Holiday Inn can hold up to 300 people, and with 151 guest rooms, the Holiday Inn is ready to meet your personal or business needs. At the Holiday Inn, you can count on things being done right. Contact the Holiday Inn at the Coliseum to schedule your event today at 260-579-9134.
You're listening to Comet Hockey.
Scheduled timeout a little bit early.
Yeah, I think the bench, the timekeeper was the one that tweeted the referee, and he came over. They had a little discussion. Okay, so they decided to take the special break, and that's what they've done. Both teams are going to get ready to go back to their ice and get ready to go.
Komets down a man. Face off. Will be in the Comet zone to start up this power play.
Lots of time left, 13:58, but we got a 2-minute power play against us, so we got to try to kill it first. Tied 1-1.
Fourth power play of the game for Toledo. And here's Schaffman to take the face-off with Jenks. Comes up top the blue line. McDonald controls it. Sends it over far side. And he's got Birchback. Birchback looking around, has a man. Here's a shot. Save made.
Save.
comes down along the near boards, up to the blue line. Bo Schmidt controls it. Up top of the blue line, McDonald again. Schmidt, one-timer, loading up, missed it. Comes over on the far side, nice save. Bartus got the left leg out. And here's Kyle Thomas skating now with it. Far side, turns on the Jets. Thomas coming in, got it poked away by McDonald. Up along the far boards. Thomas has got to hustle back. Comes all the way into the Comet zone. Binkley pushes it around the boards. Jenks puts the big body out in front. He stops it in the corner. And he's met there hard. Down in the corner again. Now up along the near boards. Everybody fighting for it. Shasma just took a shot to the chops. No penalty. Up along the far side, Kyle Thomas in the corner. Gets it out to Will Weber. Strong stretch pass looking for Shasma. Tangled up in the feet of the defender. And Schmidt has to pull back.
1 minute left penalty.
12:52 to go in the third. Here's Spink. It's Tyson Spink. Back behind the net. Gets some attention from Sean Sidlowski. Now he gives it to Zizek. Up along to Spink on the left side. He brings it down the wing. Sends it over. It's going to be knocked down. Komets pick it up. It's Sidlowski. Coming down the right side. Can he pull the trigger? Comes in. Fans on it. But he gets it in the corner. Sidlowski lost the handle on it. Up along the near boards. Comes out to Tyson Spink. 27 seconds to go on the power play. Spink brings it over the line. Onside, but it's picked up by Milan. Comes off the boards and out of the zone. Zizek over to Spink. Cross ice pass. Leonard right there. Dropped off by Rankin. Now Rankin again coming down on Bartus in front. Oh, Spink was right there. Had a wide open net and he missed it. Comes along the near side all the way out of the zone. The puck rolls into the Toledo end. 2 seconds left. And here we go. We're back to 5-on-5.
Good job, guys.
Here's Zizek back behind his own net. Moves it on the right side. Sends it over to Denis on the left wing. And it's over far side to Spink again. Backhander all the way into the Comet zone. Going to hit the end board. Here's Weber on the backhand. Out to Desjardins, right side. Cross ice pass. And it's picked up. Komets have it. It's Mike Embach. Drops it back to Desjardins. Puts a shot. Going to be knocked down. It's loose in front. Turnaround shot blocked. Embach that time. Far side. And the Walleye bring it ahead. Come along the far side. It's Hill. Takes a shot. Save made. Comes up along the far boards. I think that actually grabbed the iron. And here we go. 2-on-2. Desjardins. Back the other way. Here's the shot.
On the net.
And hanging on is Patterson.
Desjardins using the defenseman as a screen. Pretty good little wrist shot right on the net. Down low. The goalie held it. And that killed the play.
We'll take a break. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WOWO.
This is Scrap Chat with Max Hall, reminding you that while all metal has value, not all metal recyclers value you. At OmniSource, guys like me tell you what your metal's worth and how to make it worth even more the next time. Because we grind up and spit out scrap, not customers. Find frank advice and fair payment at an OmniSource yard near you in the Fort Wayne area. For locations and a list of metals we buy, visit OmniSource.com or call 855-OmniBuy. 855-666-4289.
Comet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Gregory Associates in Fort Wayne.
Both teams hitting the pipes in this third period. 11:10 to go in the third. We are still tied at 1 in front of a packed house at the Coliseum. Puck is dropped. Shasma gets tangled up, comes down into the corner. Kyle Thomas tries to go up to the point. He gets taken off the play.
Oh, God. Shasma.
And Shasma is going to pick up a penalty.
Yeah, he retaliated again.
Him and Jenks were tied up.
Tangled up with Jenks, and Jenks just bumped him a little bit, and he just popped him with the stick on top of the head. And that's enough. Shasma's going to go to the penalty box.
And Shasma still talking with Jenks.
Yeah.
And if there's ever an agitator on this Toledo roster, it's Jenks. He loves to get under the Comet skin.
Well, that's not smart on Shasma's part. He's a smarter hockey player than that to go and get a penalty at this time after we've killed one off, and the referee standing right there, and he draws the penalty. We'll have to kill another one off.
Face off in the Comet zone. 11 minutes to go in the third period. The Comets have to kill off another penalty. Face off to the right of Bartus. Shots in the game are 29-20 in favor of the Comets. Sidlowski and Jenks. And Sid wins the face-off. Splits the defenseman.
Nice
Going to go all the way down.
Win the draw and fire it down the ice. Sidlowski.
Patterson leaves it for Birschbach. And Birschbach comes up along the far side, gives it over to Jenks. Jenks trying to get around Leonard, goes back behind the net. And the puck goes right up in the air, knocked down by Bartus. Comes down in the corner. Milan gets spun around, and it comes up along the board. Schmidt at the blue line. McDonald over in the high slot. Now moves it over. It's Berschbach. Berschbach winds up. Here's a shot. Save. Rebound comes down on the near corner, or the near side. They can't clear it. Schmidt at the blue line. Now he steps up. Cross nice pass. Comes off the boards. Bale almost stepped in front of it. Now McDonald to Schmidt. Schmidt in front, and they try to put it out, and it's going to be knocked aside and out of play.
Yeah, they tried to hit the man in the high slot, and the pass was so hard, it skipped a bit and caught the stick and went right up into the screen. That'll kill the play. Line changes for both teams, and the faceoff will come outside the zone. Toledo touched it last. Minute 10 seconds in the power play.
Face off just outside the Comet blue line. Cazzola can't win it. Spink draws it back to his defenseman. Zizek at his own blue line. He'll retreat backwards, and the Walleye can get reset here. They're working on the power play for another minute. Spink drops it back to Rankin. Now back down low behind the net. And Walters gives it a whack up along the far side. Kyle Thomas can't quite get it out of the blue line. Rankin steps right in front of it. Kyle Thomas working hard near the blue line. And Bartus will have to come out and play it behind the net. Comes up along the near side and out of the zone. All the way down to Zizek. Cazzola back on defense, coming up along the left side into the Comet zone. It's Dane Walters with a shot knocked down. Zizek has it top of the circle. Zizek walking in. Now goes up top to the blue line. It's Spink. Far side with 22 seconds to go on the power play. Return pass to Spink. Now Zizek. Far side comes in front. Here's a shot. Save made. Comes out front. And the Comets have it. They clear the zone.
Good defense. Weber. He wiped the man out in front of the net who was trying to make a move. They clear the puck. Weber. Good play.
6 seconds to go in the power play. Under 10 to go in the third period. We're still tied at 1.
Killing it off. Killed it off. All even.
And Spink has got it. Out to Jenks. Jenks avoids a hip check from Shasma. Jenks getting around another man, still on his feet, comes down into the corner. Now back behind the net.
Heads up.
In front. Here's a shot, and they score.
Who was it, Jenks?
Tyson Spink is going to get it.
Yeah. They got the goaltender moving left to right, and everybody chasing the puck a little bit. And they finally caught it to the one man who come out the far side. He smacks it in the open side of the net, and they go up 2-1.
8:43 to go in the third. We'll be back. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WOWO.
Trust the doctors at IPFW Athletics and the Fort Wayne Komets Trust. Aaron Chiropractic is well known for providing quality yet cost-effective care for sports injuries, muscle, and joint problems. They're one of the only clinics in the region to provide its patients with pain relief utilizing numerous therapies, including acupuncture, massage, and rehabilitation. Aaron Chiropractic is conveniently located in Northeast Fort Wayne. Find us on the web at aaronchiro.com or call 492-8811 to schedule an appointment.
This is Comet Hockey.
With the goal, puts Toledo up 2-1 with 8:30 to go here in the third period. Here's Binkley along the far side, trying to get the Comets even. It's the first time Toledo has had the lead tonight. And the Comets bring it into Toledo's zone. Here's Kyle Thomas, stick handling around Denis. Up along the far side of the blue line, Weber in front. Shasma gives it down low. In front, it's wide open, and a shot goes wide. Far side, Kyle Thomas in the corner. Him and Simone Denis fight for it. Thomas in there, and Denis wins the battle. Comes down all the way to the Comet zone. Under 8 to play. Toledo 2, Fort Wayne 1. Will Weber comes off the boards looking for Friedman, a little too hard off of his stick, and the Walleye are able to keep it in the Comet zone. Here's Fulmer along the far side. He gets tangled up with Sandlack, and now Fulmer comes away with the puck, comes up along the boards. Friedman gives it a kick, drops it back to Fulmer. Now everybody peels off, gives Fulmer a little bit of room, plays it off the boards, comes down in the Toledo zone. Schmidt picks it up, backhander, comes up top of the blue line, where it belongs to Fulmer. Fulmer moves it up to Friedman. Here's a shot, goes off the glove of Patterson, and he will just put it there and get a whistle.
Make sure he gets the pad inside the cross crease. Holds onto the puck, gets the whistle. We got another timeout.
So we will take a break. Komets down by a goal. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WoWo.
At Subway, Monday is no longer Monday. It's Sweet Onion Chicken Teriyaki Day. That's the $3.50 sub of the day. Subway has a different 6-inch sub of the day every day of the week. Each has no artificial flavors or colors from artificial sources. For just $3.50, it's a great sub for a great price. Wednesday, that's Turkey Breast Day. Friday, Tuna Day. The $3.50 sub of the day every day at Subway. At participating restaurants, additional charges for extras and deluxe plus tax may not be combined with other offers, coupons, or discount cards.
Life can be unpredictable. One minute everything's fine. In the next, you have a kid with a fever and it's already past 5. That's when you need Parkview First Care. We have extended hours, including evenings and weekends, convenient locations, and Parkview Physicians Group providers to make your whole family feel better. When you can't wait to see your doctor, go to the walk-in clinic that's part of the PPG community of care. Parkview First Care. Get in, get better, get going.
Komet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Insurance and Financial Services in Auburn.
7:14 to go in the third period. Komets down by a goal. And the face-off will be in the Toledo zone.
Need some shots on goal, guys. Come on. Only had 5 this period.
Puck comes down into the corner. Along to the Walleye. They play it up along the glass and all the way out to the center ice logo. Komets have it to Desjardins, right side. Brings it in to the Toledo zone, into the corner. There's Friedman. Friedman gets ridden off the play. And now Freddie's got it again up along the far side. Pushes it up to the blue line. It skips over the line. Komets have to get back on side. Here's Fulmer. Will bring it back behind the net. Patterson will touch it. Comes up along the far boards. And the Walleye are able to get it free. McDonald right up the middle of the ice. Comes along the far side again. Here's a shot save made by Bartus. Comes down to Flemington. Flemington flattens it out, pushes it over onto the far boards. Here's Friedman. Friedman trying to get around Hirschfeld. Sends it over to Fulmer. Now back to Flemington in the Komets' own zone. They come along the far boards. Komets cannot clear it. Comes up along. Here's Spink. Spink down the left side. Here's a shot save made. Roos in front. Bartus tried to smother it, and it comes loose all the way down to Mike Embach.
Embach breaking in.
Embach taking a shot. Save made. Rebound in front. Rolls to Patterson. Gloves it down.
Both goaltenders tested at both ends of the ice. Left a rebound. Got a little sloppy with him. Defense covered up. That time Patterson off the chest. The defenseman gets there first. Pushes it into his pads, and he grabs on and kills the play. Good action, both ends. 2 good scoring chances.
6:06 now to go in the third as both teams will get a line change. Walleye up by 1. Same 2 teams next Sunday at the Huntington Center in Toledo. Here's Vale and Jenks. Face off to the right of Patterson. And the puck is dropped. And it's tied up on the circle, and now Jenks gets a hold of it, and a backhander all the way down. That should be an icing. Yep. And Will Weber grabs it, whistle blows, and will come down and drop it again. Face off to the right of Patterson. Puck is dropped. Comes up to the blue line. Here's Will Weber winding up. Missed it wide. Binkley will hold it and sends it right back in. And it's going to be knocked down before it gets to Patterson. Up to the blue line. Binkley over to Weber. Got some room. Coming in. Can't get a shot. Now he goes back behind the net. Here is Shasma. Shasma working it. Vale comes in to help out. Vale. Up top it goes to the blue line. Over to Binkley. Binkley with a shot. Knocked down. Up along the near side. And cleared out of the zone.
Good
nice
check
job by
Weber standing up.
Yep, got right in front of Walters.
Nice pop.
And Vale picks up for the Komets. 5:21 to go in the game. 2-1 Toledo. Vale brings it all the way in, down in the corner. Vale overskates it. Comes down back to Spink. Spink gets spun around. Now Kyle Thomas takes him off the play. Jordan Hill up along the near wall. And a cross-ice pass. It's going to be Spink coming in. One man to beat. It's Milan. Milan does a nice job. Cuts him off. Puck goes in front. Here's a shot and a save made.
Loose puck again.
Up top to Hill. Hill wraps it in front of the net, and it comes out to Sadlowski. Gives it a look all the way down, looking for Vale.
Vale got a piece of it.
So no icing on it, but Vail would have had a breakaway.
Less than 5 minutes.
Will be an icing on Toledo. 4:40 to go in the third. We'll take a break. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WOWO.
Aaron's has some really great news. Aaron's is offering 120 days same as cash. That's right, and here's how it works. Sign a new lease agreement and you have a full 4 months, 120 days to pay Aaron's everyday low price. They even offer a 20% instant rebate if you purchase outright. 120 days same as cash. Not bad, huh? Just stop by or call to learn more. And remember, you don't need credit. All you need is Aaron's. And nobody beats Aaron's. Nobody.
Comet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Colligan & Company in Fort Wayne.
Fell into the goaltender. They both went back into the net, and it looked like the defenseman might have pushed on him. Could have been a penalty there, but the referee standing there, no call. Pizzola talks to him a bit about it, but it's not going to happen, I guess.
So no delay of game call on that play.
Yep.
4:34 to go here in the third. Comets trail by 1. Shots are 30-25 in favor of the Comets. Time winding down here. Face off in the Toledo zone. Packed house, 9,896 here tonight. Face off on the circle, comes in front of the net. Here's Hill fighting for it with Cazzola. Comes up. Here's a shot, knocked down. Comets have it. Binkley up top. Here's a shot. Oh, and Patterson just got a piece of it. Far side. Fulmer goes down low looking for Siblowski. Has got him. Sid back behind the net looking for someone. Has a Binkley snapping in, and it can't connect. All the way to Fulmer, all the way out of the zone. Pushes it up along the far side. Hirschfeld will bring it in. Gets hit by Fulmer. Puck comes down into the Comet zone. And it's picked up by Cazzola. Binkley off the boards. Fulmer has got it. Now back to Binkley. Back behind the net. Under 4 to play. Binkley taking his time. Long pass over to Fulmer on the right side. Cuts it back to the middle of the ice. His pass is tipped. Here's Kyle Thomas hopping off the bench and getting right into the play. He's tripped up.
No, they don't call it.
Fans want to call. Not going to get it. Shasta puts it in on
right
Patterson.
To the net.
And he will pin it up against the near post.
Could have been one. They chopped the legs out from underneath Kyle Thomas. No call made on it. And then the puck shot in. Shasma from the corner. Bad angle shot right on the net. Goalie squeezes it. And Comets talking to the referee about the Kyle Thomas situation. Face-off in Toledo zone. Come on, guys.
Bale on the face-off. Bale and Jinks about to do battle.
Bad drop.
So we'll line it back up and drop it again. Jinks and Vale. Comets win it. Flemington goes down low to Shaftsma. Rolls off the captain's stick, far side, and the Walleye are able to push it forward. They bring it into the Comet zone. Racing for it is Will Weber. Along the far side, Comets have it. It belongs to Shaftsma. He will go back behind the net. Now it's Will Weber. Weber will bring it ahead for the Comets. Off the boards it goes to Kyle Thomas. Passes behind him. He has to go backwards, and the Comets have to reset in their own zone. 3 minutes to go. Jamie Shaftsma to Weber. Weber on the right side. Long pass comes off the boards. Breaking into Shaftsma.
Waved off.
And Patterson will wheel it around. Here's Kyle Thomas with it. Thomas down low in the corner. Comes up in front of the net. It's cleared away. Spink out to Leonard. Here's a shot. Save made in front. Oh, Thomas had a whack at it. And the defenseman poked it away at the last second. Bale goes back behind the net into the corner. Kyle Thomas along the near side. Can't hold it in, but Vale can. Vale comes off the boards, comes to McDonald, and now the Walleye get a hold of it, and they bring it into the Comet zone. There's Leonard, drops it to Dan Milan. Milan back behind the net with 2:24 to go. Comets down by 1.
Comets forcing the play.
And here is Curtis Leonard. Leonard circles around in his own zone, goes back behind the net. Up along the far boards. Long pass to Desjardins on the right side. Got a man trailing. Here's a shot. Save made. It got behind him for a moment, and now it's in the corner. Nobody knows where it is. Comes up along the near side. Binkley with a shot. That's tipped wide. Up top, Fulmer Up top again. Here is Desjardins. Off the boards to Binkley. Binkley wraps it, goes down low. Here's Fulmer back behind that, puts it in front. And Mantha had a chance there, but it skipped over his stick. And it's going to be cleared out. 1:42 to go in the third. Komets pushing the play up along the far side. And here's Freeman, gets tangled up with Jenks. Komets have it. They bring it in, and they get a line change. They get it in deep with 1:27 to go in the third. Garrett Bartus looking towards the bench. Over onto the far side, the Walleye have it. Komets got to get it in deep to get Bartus off the ice. Here's Binkley at his own blue line. Out to Sean Sidlowski. Here comes Bartus. Around.
Open man.
Kyle Thomas in front. Got a man. Consola tried to feed it over to him. Went behind him. Up along the near side. We got an extra attacker out there. And now here's Cazzola. Goes into the corner.
Last minute.
Sidlowski up along the far
Empty
board.
net.
Kyle Thomas can't get to it.
Toledo's got it.
And up.
Not good here.
Here's a shot and a goal. Shane Birschbach with the empty netter. Makes it 3-1 with 51 seconds to go in the third.
We had the pressure on. We had a couple of chances. One little bad pass in front of the net there. They had the man wide open, Cazzola, and they couldn't put it on a stick. He had the open side, and he mispassed on it. That there, all of a sudden, the puck gets turned around quickly. Down the ice it goes, and Birschbacher makes sure he puts it between the defenseman's legs into the open net.
Kyle Fulmer was the lone man back. And the faceoff will come to center ice, but Coach Gary Graham is going to take a timeout, so we will step aside. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
Save on gasoline and get free Komet Hockey tickets. Get a Marathon Visa card at any Marathon station and earn up to 25 cents per gallon rebate. Also, pick up a Komets fill-up card and earn a buy one, get one free ticket offer to any Friday night regular season home game. At Marathon, you can earn a 25 cents per gallon savings on gas and a free game ticket. Marathon, fueling the American spirit. You're listening to Komet Hockey.
Back live at the Coliseum. We have got 51 seconds to go here in the third period. Komets down by 2 now after the empty netter by the Walleye. And now we'll come out to center ice as Garrett Bartus will stay on the bench after the timeout.
Extra attacker. Win the draw. Get in the other zone.
And the puck comes out to the Toledo defense. Simone Denis will get it into the Komet zone. It belongs to Binkley. Binkley will play it up along the far boards. And it comes to Shasma. Shasma coming forward. Wraps it around the boards. Bale coming on the other side. And it comes along the wall. Binkley with 30 seconds to play. Lost it. Comes in front all the way to the blue line. Kyle Thomas can't control it. Hirschfeld has it at the blue line. Here's a shot that's going to go well wide. And going to come down into the corner for Sablowski with 23 seconds to go. Long stretch pass into the Komet zone. Bale will win the race. Bale puts it out looking for Kyle Thomas, and it was deflected and out of the zone. Binkley goes up along the far boards. And it's going to be a shot by Cazzola, going to roll down to Patterson. He will keep the play moving with 6 seconds to go up along the near side. And that is going to do it. And the Komets' bad luck against the Walleye continue. 3-1 is the final score. Toledo with the victory. But it was a hard-fought game for the Fort Wayne Komets. And, you know, Toledo, they have been the class of the league, if you will, as they are the head team in the ECHL. But shorthanded Fort Wayne Komet Club here tonight in front of a big crowd gave the Walleye everything they could handle.
Yeah, they had plenty of chances to win this hockey game, too. The situation when they had were a man short, they had 2 breakaways and another good shot. One hit the post. They just didn't put the puck in the net when they had to. And that's one of the reasons Toledo's winning. 14 wins on the road. They get the breaks. They don't panic. They don't do anything silly. They never got out of position, and they just were very patient with the Komets. And as they worked around, they finally got the goal at 11-17. Tyler Spinks, he got the 2-1 lead. And then, of course, the 1909 goal was in the open net. But a pretty good game all the way around. They outshoot them 32-26. But again, pretty good hockey team and a good hockey game. All the respect to the Komets in giving it a pretty good effort all the way through just against a pretty tough hockey team.
Well, that'll do it. 3-1 is the final score. The Walleye get the victory over the Komets, but the Komets have a chance at revenge next Sunday at the Huntington Center. So don't have to wait very long until we see these guys again. And again, a whole other week will pass, and maybe we'll get some more bodies back in the lineup.
Yeah, and I got a couple of days to rest. Big game, 2 big games coming up against Quad City. Wednesday in Quad City, and then, of course, Saturday back here against Quad City. But a tough loss, but a pretty good hockey team, and I think a pretty good test for the Komets. You know, one new defenseman they had in the lineup. That Bartus played a real good game.